into one of the classic blunders. The most famous is never get involved in a land war in Asia, but only slightly less well known is this: never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
Greetings, is Cinderklaus. Just kidding. It's obviously the holidays and such, and this is going to be the last show of the year, so we're having a good old time. I had about 4 decks timed up and ready to go, and I ended up going with an old favorite. I've just been having a lot of fun with this. I won a tournament a long while back with this. The Pauper Classic, got a gold with it. Modified it a little bit, but anyway, before I get going, thank you Nim Chimpskey for the deck list. Quamar played Magic, Pauper Tim, and Nim Chimpskey as well. So yeah, this is one of my can-do decks. What does it do? Well, it makes protection from red spells. I call it the Untouchables because we've got 10 creatures that, for the most part, outside of cast down, are kind of untouchable and bounce and stuff. I mean, it's a little play on words, but most of the time you're running in a red deck. So anyway, and why do we do that? Well, we like this because that makes all of our little 2-bears 4/4 lifelink, and the big part that nobody ever remembers, unblockable. And so it really goes a long way, and it plays kind of like a white hexproof. The Mulldrifter Ephemerates here. We've got 2 Brainstorm, 3 Dispels, nice little counterspell package here, 4 Preordains, 2 Journeys, 1 Lone Missionary, and in our sideboard, we've got a COP Blue for all the flyers and trying to turn off ninjas and such. 1 Leave No Trace, 2 Missionaries for the burn matchups, 2 Acolytes. Normally they're not going to keep in Suffocating Fumes. Game 3 is a bit of a coin toss, but this helps keep our protection from red guys protected from black. And also why we have a little bit more white mana at our disposal. 1 more Prismatic Strands to match up the 4 spot there. 4 Dust to Dust, which is just kind of a necessity, and 4 Macabre, big surprise there. And then our lands, running 4 plains, I think 11 islands, 2 wilds, and 4 barrens. So I asked Methodical for a little bit of help on this late at night, a little too late. Still haven't got back. I've been happy with it, but there's sometimes I just felt like maybe this should be mana leak, even over lose focus or something like that. So propaganda time. Thank you. Mercadian Merchants in there. Let's get ready to go. Yeah, we've got a big old party planned today. Our neighbors are all getting together, big gaming and all kinds of good stuff. So I start my new job on. Oops, I have that set for 1 game. I was like, that was really fast. I have my new job set for Monday, so I've got those new, what do you call, pre-job, just jitters, you know, where you're like, oh, what's it going to be like, and stuff like that. But so yeah, they delivered this entire edit bay to my house, and so I have an edit bay here and here. It's like I'm just surrounded by monitors and hardware. It's crazy. Just security protocols and stuff like that for all the top end stuff I'm working on. So I had this other deck, Naya Bolt. So if I crash and burn really hard with the Untouchables or something, I might play that one, but that one's not that good. It's just a lot of fun, and it's on theme with Christmas, being that it's what is it, red, green, and a little bit of white. So it's very holiday-esque. Oh yeah, the house renovation is finished a long time ago. Hopefully you don't hear any bing bang or booms about. Yeah, what was I going to say? This list has been pretty fun. It's one of those lists when I'm into it, I tend to win a lot with it, but it comes and goes. I mean, you run into like removal heavy red spells, and it just feels you get some auto quits sometimes because, you know, you see mountain, then you drop like a Galina's Knight, and it's over with. And it's no stranger to the stream. We've played it maybe 4 times in the history of it. I think we played it once this last year, and then there was a version that used Clark Can Shaman and, you know, being able to wipe the board with mixing artifacts, and then, you know, all your guys live, etc., except maybe Mulldrifter. But yeah, that Ephemerate Mulldrifter combo is just a little too sweet to ignore. I was trying to build around it, or not with it, and I ended up going for it. So anyway, If you hear any jingle bells in the background. Wow, we have 21 lands and we are screwed. Okay, that's not a problem. That couldn't keep going, could it? We will mulligan. And we have another bad hand. We'll mulligan that one. And we'll keep this one. Let's get rid of this. And I think we can get rid of that. We'll do that. Keep 2 lands. And it's a typical stream day here on PauperGenda. Double mulligan for the game 1 with a deck that has lots of lands usually. Now, normally Boros all comes down to if they have a lot of journey respect. A lot of times they skimp on those and go more with the lightning bolt scenario, but without a sack outlet, I'm going to go with a Preordain here first. Paladin 19, good to see you, my friend. All right, well, we've got a bit of our combo. We'll throw this on the bottom, throw this on the top, and we'll just hope that we just walk right into a land. We should at 21. Untouchables. One of those decent movies from, what was that, the 90s? Some of those sure don't hold up, though, boy. Hopefully our life can keep us out of the way of a big wrath spell. I've been seeing a lot of Boros Boli everywhere. Tournaments and in the tournament practice rooms and all kinds of stuff. Red deck loses. RDW's younger sibling. Nice one. It can feel that way, that's for sure. It originally started as a deck called I Hate Goblins. Way, 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 way back. It was just when I think it was, what was that, 2007 or 8, and goblins were just everywhere. And I was like, all right. Kind of like Ziv Mauschewitz, you know, with the solution, right? I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a solution, but if it's a red heavy metagame, it sure feels like it sometimes. It can get pretty great. How does it feel? See Boros. Oh, it feels pretty great for Cooper the Red to see Boros Boli running strong after all these years. I think it's, what, 3 years old about today? Actually, no, I made that deck in, like, I think it was August. Yeah. No, it's surreal. It was surreal when it happened. When I went up to compete at the Mox boarding house, and I lost to Tron in the finals. That was a bummer. But it was just a trip to see the metagame breakdown. And there's a deck that I made and named, and it was like, at the time, 70% of that store's metagame. It was nuts. That was, I'm not going to lie, that feels pretty cool. The one that always never gets any love, though, is Ralligond. Remember when challenges first started coming out, Methodical took my Ralligond list, and I think he won once or twice with it, like in the first couple months. I think it was the very first thing to win. Well, we're just going to hope that he doesn't have Journey. I mean, we could technically just sit back here, gain life, put him on like a 5-turn clock, and hope for the best, and sit back on a Counterspell. A little Prismatic Strand backup in case you know what shows up. Rally the paupers. But yeah, it's really come back. I think any deck you've seen in the last few weeks, right? A lot of white decks showing up. White blank, white this. Oh no, don't be Journey. Ah! And he nails the creature. That's the problem with some of this main deck hate, is that you want to favor Galina's Knight because, as we just saw, that dude was an artifact. But we did gain our life out of the deal, but now we're kind of running scared. A bit of a combo. Got a bit lost there. Come on, show us some lands. Ooh, okay, well, I don't really think I need this. Or that. I'll get rid of one Counterspell. We'll go get a land. Let's get a really want an island here for the counter magic. Let's wait on the knight. We'll play a little defensively here. We'll be at 19, so good times, good times. Mtmentat. All right. Propagandists. Very nice. And that's what I want to stop. My hunches are right. Boop. Between the Guardian and the ability of the Steel of the Godhead being unblockable, it's why I don't run any Monarch shenanigans, because we can just steal it and make our opponent have to use that card spot for that. So I'm a little worried seeing that revoke main. That means they've got I mean, we've got the answer here in our knight. Actually, let me brainstorm first, and we'll see what we can do. All right, I got all kinds of goodies here. It's a nice little combo. We'll throw Have we played a land this turn? Let me double check. Game log. Have I played a land this turn? Can I think? Okay, so I think I want to favor that. So I'll put this and this on top. We'll play this, and we'll just get our boy out there. Boink! Oh, Duck Goose. I haven't made it to a stream in a while. Happy New Year's in advance. Yes. And just a reminder, everybody, no show next week being Christmas and all. I'm not of the very spiritual persuasion, but I still like the holidays and family and all that stuff. So I hope you do too. Wherever you're at in the world, celebrating whatever it is that you celebrate. Good times. For me, I'm celebrating a new start of a job on Monday. So that'll be pretty... That's kind of weird starting on Christmas. It's like I work 4 days, and then my mom turns 80 on Monday. Not this Monday, 27th. And so we just gave her birthday gift early because we're all Scrabble fanatics, and we found this ancient old... It's just the coolest Scrabble board ever. The pieces are oversized. It's really rustic, and it's just so awesome. It's such a cool looking board. So we're going to be playing a lot of board games, as we always do, but now we've got the super deluxe version. So, okay, well, we've got a nice little sequence here, being that we're going to have a ephemerated Mulldrifter. It probably won't live very long. 2, 3. We know that we're going to draw into Ephemerate here, so always click on Evoke first. And yield quietly. Bonk. The play no opponent wants to see. Zoinks. Did I just say zoinks? What year is this? All right, now our Galina's Knight's online. And sometimes, being the Untouchables, it's kind of fun to draw a little bit of hate to the Mulldrifter, being that it doesn't go to your face. I probably shouldn't have attacked there. It wasn't worth it for the life swing he's going to get with Seeker. I'm just a little out of sorts, would probably be the word. Down goes the Mulldrifter, and with it, our attempts at drawing a whole bunch more. You got it, Pauper Tim. I knew you would. See how thirsty they are to use Bolt? It's like, oh, I finally have a home for this. I can do something with it. I mean, they could always point it at my head, which might actually be the better move. Yeah, I really regret that play. 2 damage was not worth them gaining 3 life. Guardian does so much in this metagame. Stops anglers, stops seekers, stops ninjas. It's a great little card. Oh, I don't know if it's going to stop this. Yikes. I'm up against it now. What do we got? 6 coming at us next turn, too, if we don't draw into counter magic. And we're going to be dead if that happens. Out of the blue, Boros Bully does what it does. We'll let that fizz. Oh, no. Sometimes you get cards that just like you, and Ephemerate's one of those cards. I can put just 2 of them in a list, and it always seems to find me. Well, we drew pretty good there. I mean, we'll have a blocker, and that gets us for 3. I think Counterspell might be more important, though. Let's say top. Yeah, I screwed that one up. No, I didn't. 1, 2. Let's play this. 3. And we will, I don't really have any blockers. I got to be able to counterspell that. Yeah, I think we're just kind of dead here. I'm just going to, I'm going to evoke this. Play it, bolt, and then I'm dead. I got to sit back on that. I mean, there's a chance we find Ephemerate. Doubt it, but that could happen. Remember what I said about the card liking me? Okay, now it's dead, but we've got defense. No sense in not attacking with this guy, but we're probably going to game 2 with an L. Yeah, so holiday stress and all that stuff, and then a new job starting and blah blah blah. Now my phone's ringing, as always is the case, because it's Saturday. I don't know if everybody else around the world, here in the States, everyone is getting spam calls all the time for like months now for car, renewals or insurance deals, and it's maddening how everybody I talk to, East, West Coast, North, Alaska, South. I don't know if it's happening elsewhere in the world, but every time my phone rings, it is almost always spam. But if you're going to lose, it's fun to lose to a deck you made, in theory. I mean, I'm sure things have changed quite a bit since. Well, one bolt and we're dead anyway. Here it comes. Hexxen Rouge in the house. Good to see you, my friend. I'm from Brazil. I'm your fan a lot. Hey, thank you, Alex Souza. Oh, yep, there it is. Bonk. All right, bully. Like I said, don't mind losing a bully. Damn fine deck, if I don't say so myself. Wink, wink. Could use the old school looking bolts, but all right, here we go into sideboard land. We pretty much had that one in the bag, except for the Revoke Existence main that kind of threw us for a loop. Prismatic Strands, I like at the 3 spot. I don't think I need to do too much else there. Leave No Trace. I'm not too worried about much of these. I might bring in a Missionary just to get a little bit of life swing going our way. What to lose? I'm going to actually lose a Counterspell. Sometimes I lose a Counterspell because our land's pretty decent, but it could feel a little clouded at the 2 spot there. So I think that's all I'm going to do. Truly, I think we just got a little unlucky with them being able to grab the... Now remember, see, this is an artifact creature, so that's why it lost us here. So open foyer. Yeah, I just played chess the other day with my son. He got a lot better. So much better that I thought he was like kind of sniping me, right? I had like a program, and then when he came home, I was like, hey, let's break out the chessboard. He's like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm like, oh, the plot thickens. And we double mulligan. Let's remember that, right? Okay, so we've got good draw. We don't really care about our Mulldrifters early on, and we'll keep this. It's a bit slow roll, but our mana's right, so I'm happy. Hexxen Rouge with a spicy brew. All right, yeah, we'd love to see that. Hey, by the way, somebody, I have it written down in the other room, apologies, last night played me, what was it, Tribal Vampires, and it was a decent list. I was pretty impressed with it. Some of the options on it, it felt like kind of a black bully or something. It was pretty cool. I was quite taken by it, and I asked them to send it. They said they would, and nothing is in my inbox. So, yeah. Okay, well, we'll just do the little shenanigans here. Cycle the Ash Barrens, get our planes, and hope for the best. We got 3 strands main, so hey, how's it going today? Oh, Spite Pack TV. Sorry, I didn't see that up there. And Mercadian Merchant. Sorry, everybody's going too fast. So, oh, and then Uno way up top. Dealer services second attempt at your car warranty. Yeah, it's like sometimes I will answer the phone and go, "Is this a car warranty?" Like real sarcastically, and then they just hang up if it's not the robot. So I don't really want to go all in on this. This is the one creature I don't want to see, seeing that we saw so many anti-artifact and enchantment stuff. But with the spell there, I don't know, except Revoked Existence is a sorcery, so we're a little bit screwed on that front. Trying to keep that Journey to Nowhere for probably Seekers, unless our Guardian shows up. And when you watch your match against Black Vampires, look up the name of the opponent and send a message to this person. Huh? Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I never thought of... we could do that, couldn't we? All right, let's just get our life total up. We'll Mulldrift next turn, especially if we hit an island. That way we can maybe fall into an Ephemerate. Oh, I can't do that, dude. Not during a game. And attack. It would make for a strange stream, right? Play 2 games at once. Okay. So we've got a nice option for our journey now. We're just going to have bad beats here. And another thing, Cannonade's kind of useless against us. I mean, it can take out Visionary in theory, but let's get a land up. Alrighty. Hey, we got our nice little combo here. Yeah, we'll just draw into these. Play this. Do this. Journey to Nowhere. I love having the Missionary out because if they answer the Mulldrifter combo second round, then you get the 4 life out of the deal. So good times. Attack. I think, I know what we're going to get with Preordain, so not quite sure if it's worth that or not. Yeah, I'm going to do it just because I don't care if they kill the missionary, really. We'll say, I guess we'll say top. The way this game's feeling so far, it feels like we're going to game 3 pretty quickly. Could get out of hand quick, though. You got to always have respect for the bully. Actually, Nim Chimpskey, I'd be a little ashamed probably of rewatching that one because I was incredibly sleepy when it happened. I think I ended up winning it, but the first game it was like, wow, that's a list. Okay, probably going after the Outlander, I would assume. As the other one's very susceptible to just about everything. Well, at least our Mulldrifter's going to have some fun. There it goes. That answers that question. We got a game now that they got life online. Definitely have a bit of the draw advantage here, but not for long. I'm gonna evoke this. Remember, click on the word evoke first. Dawnbringer Cleric instead of the Lone Missionary. I have just I think we just played it last week. Alrighty, here we go. Here we go. We've got Dispel back up. I love this plan. Let's attack. He might have a mutagenic. Yo, here we go. Anybody out there for Naruto fans, or Naruto? I know my son always scolds me. I say it wrong. So he's home for the holidays. My oldest, and all his buddies are, have jobs, and one of them's like a waiter. And but his friend's name is Lee. His last name is Lee, and so we were at the restaurant, and I just went in and just like a guy sensei, I was like, Lee. And everybody was laughing and stuff. You're only going to get that if you're an anime fan and like dad jokes on top of that. So now we'll see if he's got yet another journey or something more sinister. Hey, okay, cool. I'm so happy to have Lone Missionary with backup plan here. They're going to get almost all their life back. Man, Seeker of the Way is a hell of a card. Such a good card. I think I'll just do it proactively here. It's hard to say. Yeah, I got to do it on the Mulldrifter. I could gain life, but it's so intoxicating to draw this many cards. It's seriously one of like the big presents of Pauper, right? When you can pull that off. Yay! Outside of a journey, we're good to go. Let's see. There could be a critical math theory going on here. I'd really like to prevent white for a turn. If I do that, or I could just go all in with this. Let's go crazy. Remember, you can play all red, all green, all whatever. Here we go. We might get 2 for 1 here, but whatever. And I'll let that go. And as long as they don't have an answer for that Galina's Knight, the Prismatic might put us over the top because it keeps that Seeker out of the way of... Seeker of the Way gets out of the way of gaining life and making our lives miserable. There's another one. Yeah, when I'm designing the sideboard, so many times I'm like, well, what about this? And what do I do about that? And so many times you just think Prismatic Strands. Prismatic Strands and race. Tempo race. Combat race. Retrace. Retrace the race. There's a good card. Woke up this morning. My son was designing a new dragon card on one of these software programs that let you design cards. And he was had an alternate casting cost of sacrificing 3 goblins. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, we got 3 strands main deck. Problem is, they usually do 2, if not 4. I ran 4 for a while. Just a little clunky. I'm tempted to get in front of that. I've got another monk, so I'm going to block this. Yeah, I think that's the way to rock. Okay, here we are, here we are. There's another knight. So I'm going to keep this dude out. Gain 4 life. And we'll go gain some more here. Let me do this. I'm just going to come over with 4. Try to do some beneficial blocks. I mean, the Lone Missionary is not going to trade, but the Mulldrifter can. Should I go for 6? Yeah, I'm going to go for 6. It suggests... Okay. What do we have here? Really want to get that Drifter, Strands in the yard so that I can cast the Drifter and sit back on some counter magic. Good thing about Prismatic Strands, there's no white elemental blast, right? Pauper, Tim. Ay, ay, ay. They going all in? Let's see if they do. I like how they're doing this at sorcery speed. Take note, everyone. It's usually the right play. People get so excited when they have it. Now they've got 1 card. We'll play the Strands. I like the new artwork for the Strands. I think I went over this last week, but I tried playing with it when it first came out, and I didn't see it because I'm such a visual person. All right, so we're going to game 3. Strands wins the day. And so sometimes I've got to go with old artwork. My son came home last night. He won a modern tournament, got home about midnight, and he traded in some of his cards for a white bordered blood moon just to irk me. That's the drawbacks of being a father. You got kids, you're like, whose side are you on? Prismatic was pretty awesome. I think 3 feels right, though. I'm just considering taking one of these out. It always feels like against the Boros matchup that these come out instead of the Knights. So let me take one out and I'll put in another core. So now we've got a whole bunch of life going on here. And yeah, we'll do that. Love it, love it. Hey, thank you, Mtmentat. So when are we burning the Blood Moon? I know. That's heresy. Hexxen Rouge, you think just like me, my friend. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I've almost got no room in here now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monitors. Pretty crazy. Hey, I like this hand. Keep. Mostly because of this bad boy. Guardian of the Guildpact ban. It's just so... If that was printed now, I know I said that about like Wild Mongrel and stuff, but it's true. People would just go crazy. Like, what stops this? This hand keeps getting better and better. We'll start off with some early life gain, which will do 2 things. It'll gain us 4 life, and it'll probably eat removal. So it's like gaining 7 life if you think like I do, because the lightning bolt ends up on the missionary. And if we see an early seeker, we've got the answer. And if we see a mid-game seeker, we've got the answer. Hey, talk about answers. Burn white borders. Dun, dun, dun. Thanks for joining me, everybody, here. End of the year show. We'll be here strong as ever at the beginning of the new year. Oops, I almost did that wrong. We'll bring out the Jenny. No more shenanigans here. Try to keep their life at 20. That Seeker's the main reason that can get out of hand, just like Steel of the Godhead's the main reason we can get out of hand. Now, keep in mind, too, Steel of the Godhead has a nice little second little brother, or big brother, I should say, in Guardian of the Guildpact, but he doesn't get both perks. He's mostly unblockable anyway, but the lifelink is pretty nice. You know, White Lightning Bolt in reverse. What's that called? A healing salve to us old-timers? I traded my unlimited bolts just because of that. Yes! Yeah, I hate when I make a new red deck and I throw in lightning bolts. It always throws in the art I don't like. I'm like, hey, I'm old school. I've got the old ones, and I'm proud of it. I like how just stark and simple the artwork is. It's like, don't be trying to sell me on this nonsense. I think it might be... No, we'll do Mulldrifter next turn, just in the option that we might draw into a basic. In the meantime, I'll just sit back. Maybe we can dodge a bolt with Dispel. Not that it's probably even worthy of that. It's just nice, like I said, when you have that a removal heavy opponent across from you and you've got two enter the play creatures coming out. It's good times. This is one of those decks too. When I play it in the tournament practice room, sometimes people will just be like, "Oh wow, can I get that list?" And that's cool. And when it's working, right? I hate that that's a sorcery. Why can't I play Envelop? All right. Boy, no one see that coming, right? Envelop. Yeah, there's a contrast argument. I agree, Pauper Tim, but it ain't worth it. All right, let's get one more mana, and then we still kind of have an answer for Seeker of the Way. I'm not too worried about that card being played, just because it's one less that they can upset this combo with. Steel of the Godhead. I wish this had alternate artwork, like the it wasn't Keldheim. What was the one that had like the pencil drawings? It was just black and white. Really like the way those looked. That was cool. All right, and this is why you play Ash Barrens, everyone. I'll just play it as is. We don't have to lose tempo. Sometimes beginners will ask, why don't you play Evolving Wilds there? And I'm like, because it plays like this. The Seeker's kind of dead here. I don't think it's worthy of attacking. I don't want to trade with a Hawk. I'd consider it. All those numbers make no sense to me, Hexxen Rouge. I only look in the computers when it's time to buy one, and that's very few and far between, and I usually lean on Little Fight or my wife to figure things out for me. Pretty lazy that way. There's only so much your hard drive can hold in your own brain. I've never been much of a techie. I like the toys once I get used to them, but setting them up. I was really proud of myself when all this stuff arrived. I didn't use anybody's help, plugged it all in, got it all working one try. Flipped the switch, everything worked. I was like, "Ooh, that's rare. That's pretty cool." It should just be Guardian of the Seeker. And that's what it feels like. All right, we feeling lucky? Let's see. Prismatic showing up. 1, 2, 3. I'll keep that dude on the ground. Let's draw some cards and see if we get lucky. We'll just evoke the Mulldrifter. We need to draw lands anyway, so this serves two purposes. If we see Ephemerate, which I was just saying is a card that usually likes me, then we could play it. Otherwise, nope. Bonk. We'll just do that and sit back. Yeah. Sit back. There's another Guardian to boot. Got double Dispel in hand, feeling pretty protected. If I get one more basic out, I could sit back on that Mulldrifter and have some air power. As it is, we're just getting nibbled by these little birds. What was that? Was it Cat's Eye, where he had to walk on that movie, Stephen King remake, mid to early 80s, where he had to walk on the outside of the building and the little pigeon kept poking at his feet? It was like a bet from some millionaire to... I always liked that show. You know what? I think I'm going to roll into an island. He's tapped out. Let's go. I'll just play it and hope for the best. Cat's Eye. Island, please. Yes. Woo. I love when I'm lucky. Alrighty. Mana's right. Counter magic in hand. We've got a Brainstorm answer. We've got this. For this. At least one of them. 5 other cards in hand. They might have something to say about that. We shall see. 4 mana available. What's he going to do with it? Oh, getting a little desperate, eh? Probably just found another lightning bolt or journey. What's it going to be? It's a journey. Sounds like a Johnny. Yeah, of all the things that Hollywood needs to remake, Cat's Eye, that was a good little assortment of horror. I think somebody could redo that and just the script's already there and boom. Start off a whole nother Stranger Things style season or drama sort of thing. All right, starting to get a wee bit more serious here. Prismatic's usually the difference maker in this matchup, which is making me wonder why I didn't bring in all 4, but it just feels a little too... Bully's fast, especially the original version with the 1-drops and the raise the alarm. There's times when that is a good call. Boy, I don't know about this, guys. I really want to keep, what do we have? 3 mana available. Let me brainstorm. So we could find, I don't like any of this. We'll put these on top. And we'll do the whole sacrificial thing so we don't see those again. And get an island. And watch my clock. Good grief. 1, 2, 3. Got to be careful. We'll just do this. Gain some life back. Boink. And I don't know. Attack? Nah. I'll wait. Really want one of my knights to show up. We've seen a journey. We've seen the revoke existence show up. There's only so many tricks that can deal with that. I got to keep that back for the alpha strikes. Really, the only thing that's going to get through is that Steel of the Godhead. And I really want it to be on one of my dudes. Meaning my 2/2 bears. And not the artifact one. Oh, broken finger. Very nice. Thanks for chiming in and good to hear from you. Yeah, this is a list I've always been modifying. I went a while back with it. Different varying metagames and stuff. All right. Well, we like both of these. Oh, man, this is just messy. Already got that one. I'm actually going to say bottom on that. Do I say bottom on this? We really kind of need to find our guys. I'm going to say bottom, guys. Chancy, but okay. Well, there's that. At least we keep them off of, you know what. Let me... All right, I've really got a journey here. I mean, what do you call? Prismatic here pretty soon, just so I can have that double turn and play a little recklessly with the Mulldrifter. I don't know why he didn't attack with the Guardian there. That's strange. I'll sit back. Still broken, I'm imagining. To answer to Pauper Tim. Woo! Come on over, Guardian. It's not sexy, but I'm going to play it just because I'm tired of looking at it. Boom, boom, boom. Do that. Play white. Sometimes you just want it in the yard. That way the Alpha Strike isn't an option and I can play a little bit more free. Alrighty, there's a thing and we've got the backup plan so we can just cast this for Evoke. I wasn't waiting on that for the Who's at Home. I just, it's just a nice plan to have. Ephemerate. We've got Prismatic in the yard too, so that can be pretty fun too. All right, we'll drop this here. Let me brainstorm. There we go. Okay. I don't need you or you. I'll go boom and boom. And this could get blasted, right? Bring that out. Well, Preordain, because I don't like what I saw. I'll say bottom, bottom. Again, because that's an artifact creature. This is just an old school. Man, boy, it just keeps feeding it to me, even though we took one out, right? That jerks. Ha! Let's see. I'll attack. It's time to start the clock. Start the clock, James. With Prismatic in the yard, I can go pretty... Oh, darn it. All right, well, we've got the other one. It's just, now it's artifact damage. I think they know what we're up against here. Or what we're up to, I should say. Interesting choice. Don't think I've seen any Skyfishers yet, so they don't have any respect for that knight, do they? I'm going to double block here just to encourage a move, a spell, anything. He does get a 2-for-1 here. We will take 4. But I'm happy to get rid of the Seeker and turn off the life gain for that. Plus, we've got another one in our hand. Okay. Play a little reserved. Hello to my daughter watching on the living room TV. Says SP Vensko. That makes my day. That there's a girl out there watching. I'm happy to give her a shout out if you're of the if you don't mind. I know some privacy issues. Sometimes people don't like that, but all right. Here we go. Let's see if we can do some damage. Damage. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Bonk. We'll bring this here with all of this. We've got Dispel. Lorraine Sushi is out for the day, as many are. It's all good times. I'm just happy anybody joins me. Speaking of that, big shout out to Shirazamon. Man, what has it been? 6 years been doing this now? Maybe? I think it was 16, early 16 is when I'm not sure. I have to check the clock. Can't quite be sure there. I don't really see what this extra dude's doing, so I'm just going to play him. If he's got some artifact. Now, keep in mind, if you only keep one of those out, if they do have Dust to Dust, it's frustrating because Dust to Dust needs 2 targets. Right now, there's only 1. Damn it! There goes our chances. We need another Steel of the Godhead. They brought in all the journeys, didn't they? I hate that. We get 2 for 1. We at least gained enough life back. Yes, he is the man, that's for sure. I've got 4 minutes. I got to pay attention. 20 life. I might lose on time here. Sorry, guys. Mr. Chatterbox. You can see it plays pretty even with Bully. Life gain will do that to certain lists. Hiya! Here we go. And we're just going to cast the Mulldrifter. Oh, okay. I tell you that Ephemerate sure likes me. And now we've got the Visionary backup plan and the Dispel backup plan. 3 feels really good for the Dispel count here. Always liked it that way. Well, that didn't do us any favors, did it? We'll do the typical move. Does he have burn? Nope. All right. We'll draw a bunch more cards. Yeah. Go like that. Bonk. Let's bring this here. Go like this. Cycle this. I guess we'll get a plains out of the deal. I could use one more. And attack. We don't really worry about too much else. I'm going to go in with this. I'm happy to trade here. And we've got a nice option if if Mulldrifter sticks around, that's cool. If not, we gain 4 life. Yeah, I'm happy with this. These guys aren't that important to me. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that, Nim Chimpskey. You're an old schooler too. Well, whenever you joined us, we're happy to have you because we're pretty small potatoes in the Magic world. Every once in a while, I'll make my day. Somebody will say something like that, just like, "Why don't you have more viewers?" I'm like, I don't know. We're happy for the ones we got, though. Curious indeed. I think we're not going to have enough punching power to get through. Let's see. We've used a Steel of the Godhead. Just one. Don't have many cards left. Feeling pretty good. All right. We'll take 4. Gonna have to start using those pretty soon. So I attack here. We'll bring this down and Ephemerate our Lone Missionary. So get us right back up to life points. Boink, boink. And there we go. Zap. Pow, boom. Let me attack first with everyone. Coming in for 4. Can we do it? Maybe not. Getting way flooded here. He knows we drew that, so I might as well play it. I'll sit back and not sure where our counterspells are going. I think we only lost 1 of them, but I haven't seen a single one. So we've got like 3 Steel of the Godheads hiding, as well as some counterspells. Problem being, enchantment speed and sorcery speed have kept our dispels from being optimal. So if I had, yes, I know we're probably going to lose on the clock. I'm not going to lie. You know what? I think I'm going to keep back both my Outlanders and double block the Guardian because they're multicolored and a lot of times people don't see that move. Oh, don't like that. Okay, well, we're going to steal the Monarch unless, oh, they've got Prismatic. Look at that. Of course, they're going to have to use both of them because we've got double Dispel in our hand. So this makes a lot of sense tempo-wise because it's like I want to steal the Monarch. Doesn't make sense to attack with Vedalken. So I like this play here. We're going to go like this. We'll steal this. There's not much to do with our lands other than play them. I don't really have a discard outlet built into this. I've thought of Ona's Grace. Oh, that's a nice draw. We might be able to pull this one off, guys. I'll say no to that. White. Probably should have played that from the graveyard just to encourage them to overextend with a, you know what, but let's see what we can do. We keep the Monarch. We've got 2 minutes. I think we'll be all right. Watch the clock. I know. I'm a dunce when it comes to that. Especially when streaming. Because you're always talking. But win, lose, or draw, you can see this is a pretty competitive list against one of the top decks out there. So saith me. Attack. Why didn't I block with, oh, because I called black, right? This is going to take a whole lot of time if this goes down this way, right? Alrighty. And we're going to just sit back. We've got another Strands. Feeling good, feeling good. Although I don't think I'm going to use it unless he does the thing. Well, we are in range for that, right? That could be a problem. I'll take out the dude. Let's see if he sees this coming. Look at this, boys and girls. Hey, oh, no to that. I want to counter that instead because I want this as a white creature, so I want that to go through. That's why I'm rolling like this. And our Dispels need something to do. Everything else is just not working. So, crunch. They get the Monarch back, which sucks, but we'll get it back next turn. And we've got a ton of options in our creative sideboard. Here we go. Boy, this list just does not want me to win, does it? The only problem with that plan is if he had an extra land there, he could have got us in a little Prismatic Strands lock, but we've got them. Problem is we've got 1 minute left. They've got 8 cards, that's fine. You know what? I'm just going to go like this and say, oops. Tap here and say white. Boop. Come on, let's find the shield. We've got 1 minute, folks. Captain Vlad Tepes. Sorry, I got to zone out here. Boy, our deck's not doing us any favors. Bottom, top. Click intensive for sure. Double unblockability. Attack. If he's got a prismatic, we lose on time. They do not. Cool. Anybody need an island? Just doing this to save my clock. White. Yield through this turn. Prismatic ruins our day because we just don't have enough time to win. But you can see this deck can get there, so. Must. 22 seconds left. I bet 7 minutes of that is me chatting. Hey, so we took down Bully. So it speaks to the legitimacy of the list, right? For those of you just joining us, I know I I should probably rethink the show, because when I look at the chart of when people tune in, it's like, 10 minutes in or something like that. So before I do that, I don't really need a bathroom break yet. We will create the list. We will say, yeah, anybody welcome. And while we're waiting on a queue, if it takes a while, we're going to go over here and, oops, nope. Hexxen Rouge with the quick drop. We'll go over the list in just a little bit, guys. And again, reminder, no show on Christmas. I used to do videos for that, but okay, this is kind of exactly what you want. We've got draw, we've got life, we've got unblockability or protection. We'll keep. And I hope Hexxen Rouge didn't bring a black deck against this. Who knows? That's all I ask of the fan base here. I don't mind losing at all. It's full of opportunities to learn. Hey, look at that. What a guy. He's going all in with that plan, even though he knows I'm playing an anti-red deck. So kudos to him. But now if it's something you're brewing and you're just all psyched about, cool. And it just happens to be that the hate list. But sometimes it gets a little maddening. Like if you're, I don't know, maybe you have like a ton of enchantment removal main and like that deck I'm playing that week is hexproof. It's just like, come on, main. That sort of thing. Doesn't make for the greatest show, but it's a good learning example. Ooh, Boros Goblins. I think Hexxen's beaten me with a similar list to this in the past. I better read here. This equipment isn't new to me. I mean, is new to me, so no evasion. But this does have evasion with trample. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-ba-bum. Look at this. Always rely on some fun shenanigans from our friend Hexxen Rouge. Actually, given the life gain here, unless we top deck Steel of the Godhead, I think. Oh, there it is. Do we just get our life back, sort of thing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the damage can keep coming over. So I'm actually going to favor the Lone Missionary play here. Thank Daddy. Hey, nice little cheers for Shirazaman there. All right, back up to snuff. We can block all that damage. Pretty much going to go over the top of this Billy Idol wannabe lookalike. But we'll do our best. He might have some sort of... Does this have some sort of first strike shenanigans? There's a thing called reading I need to do a little bit more of. I just assume I know what every card is, and sometimes these new ones will throw me for a loop. I think we're going to have some shenanigans showing up here. How's he protect it? 2/2. If it's a warrior, you can attach an equipment unit control to it. Check this out. Talk about your nice, perfect scenarios. We take 10. Smack. Bow. What a cool list. Come on, Journey. Ooh, he's got another one. Same as it ever was. 9/1. Oh, wow. I don't think we can survive, can we? We block 2 of it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. We're going to be at 1 unless he's got some shenanigans with any trick and we lose here. And look, how cool is this? We're getting beat by a red list, right? There is hope. Resolute strike. Even sounds cool. Oh, we're dead. Nice job, Hexxen Rouge. What a cool list. I just love that he did it with red. It's like, I'll see your protection from red and beat you over the head. It's awesome. This is how you want to lose. We'll just do this for the sake of chivalry, of the Goblin Persuasion. And crunch. Smack. Very nice job. Goblin Equip. I'll call that. I'm sure he's got a much craftier name for that. Begin sideboarding. That was impressive. I think you should all agree, right? Pretty crazy. All right. It's no joke. We're going to bring in all of our missionaries and the last one of these. I'm not sure if I need to bring in this. Maybe one. I'd really like to see some of the other things show up. I think Guardian's going to be too slow for this matchup, so I'm going to actually lose them since it's just so biased towards the ones we've already got. I'll lose a Dispel, 1 Counterspell, and I think that's going to be good. Boop. I'm not sure, Nim Chimpskey. What I'm trying to avoid, though, is that excessive trample damage because of the equipment. And so I can kind of 2-for-1 it and maybe turn it into a 1/1 instead of a 9/1 again. That's my theory anyway. It's not like I've played this matchup many times. Yeah, I want to go first. Yuck. Late game, late game, late game, late game. Mulligan. Ooh, but we've got the holiest of holies. And we've got this. We'll keep. I'll throw back Dispel. Done. And let's hope that we just see plain island. Just plain old island. Let me take that back. A plain and an island. Let's go. All right. This is totally useless here. Bottom. But at least we will not get stultified on our land there. Ooh, manacost.com. I think dust is the only thing that can save you. Yeah, it's a pretty cool list. Maybe we'll have to play this at the beginning of the new year. There's a vampire list that I want to play, and then there's this one looks pretty cool too. Boots of Speed. Equipped creature has this in haste. Man, I think I have that, but I gotta write that down. There are so many lists that I love. Who doesn't love haste, right? It buys you that turn, and man, just being able to do that is just so clutch. Ooh. Okay, let me. This is a tough one. Let me do this. Brainstorm. I mean, I kind of like everything here, but if I draw a bunch of stuff I don't like, I can do other things with it. All right, we really want those Prismatic Strands. Honestly, I think this is going to be a little too slow. And how crazy is this? I'm going to, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'll lose this. And then we'll have a whole new hand. Should probably do this at the end of his turn just to act like we've got like an unsummon effect or something, but who plays that, right? What am I talking about? Vapor Snag. That's what I'm talking about. Showing my age. Rah! Champion of the Flame. Does he have it? Oh, I was expecting to see the Crimson Monkey come out and give him a haste. Okay, we've got some options here. Of course, it's not going to be that great of an option, is it? So the scenario here, we could just sit back on Strands. We aren't the aggro here, so I want to get Strands in the yard, and I can play the Outlander and still block the trample damage next turn. It's tempting to just drop that out and say, wow, but everything has evasion and the trample ability here, so there it is. All of a sudden, it's a 4-3. When this came out, we had a pretty good show. I think we went undefeated with our equipment list, but I think this one's better already. Does he got... I mean, it's so obvious what we're playing, right? We might as well scream from the Paladin Shield. When it enters the battlefield, attach it to a creature. Gets +0, +2. Damn! But it doesn't change its color, does it? Hexxen Ruse, this is a very nice list. Gets around so many things. Careful now. Red. See, right when you think all the ideas are thought up, when you run into a list like this, that's pretty damn cool. At least I like to think so. Okay, well, we have the goods here, but let's slow roll it, shall we? We'll slow roll it. Maybe there'll be another artifact that's even better that we want to get rid of. And we shall do that soon. Yeah, the neighborhood's getting all together and got a little choir group singing all kinds of cool little church hymns and stuff. That's oh, look at that too. Gets away from the mono red problem. Everyone in the chat had a mini heart attack just there. And there it is, flying haste. Damn. What to do? What to do? We shall preserve life totals as far as we can. Well, we'll only take 4 here. I'll block. And I guess I could call white. I'd rather keep that for an alpha strike. He's still got 3 cards in his hand, so we're going to be able to get our life back pretty soon. All right, things just got spicy. Every card I see I like more. This is turning into a really cool little list. I don't know how long I have to wait to pull the trigger on this. Let's turn these shenanigans off. Next turn we'll do some stuff. $16 life. Now everything seems very mortal. It's one of my favorite kinds of shows. See, we get these new creative brews that really have some staying power. We just took down Boros Bully with ours, and they just took us down with a pretty heavy red list against a deck that's very biased against red. It's almost like he's streaming, and I came to mess with him, and it's not working. If you would have told my old self back when I first started Pauper that Dust to Dust would be 4 of main in a lot of lists, I'd be like, what are you smoking? But it's the truth. I don't know if we're going to wiggle out of this one. We got to get... We need like a whole turn to just set up, get our dude equipped, and do the thing, right? And it's not going to happen if I let him gain life. So we're going to block here. And then we're going to prevent white, of all things. Because we don't hit that hard, and I've got to keep his shenanigans under check. Okay. Well, we've got an interesting way of doing that, don't we? What does he have? That's at least 4, 5, 6 damage. Damn. So much. Oh boy, oh boy. We just need that one more mana, don't we? 5. What's this? Jeez, oh Pizzo, that is just going to be so much damage. I think we just are stuck sitting back, right? Well, let's see. I could drop the other dude, and that would technically kill that, which will use up his mana. He's going to come over the air for that. Shoot. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We freeze up and don't do anything. That's what we do. I think that's a tell of mine when I get uncomfortable. I've got to sit on one of my legs. I used to do that in chess. Like, I was like, oh, this guy's playing pretty strong. I have to... Now let me throw my back out as I try to focus more. As you can tell by my attire, it's a little chilly in the house today. We don't have a heater living near the coast. There's only about 2 or 3 weeks we regret that decision. Can always turn one on or whatever, but we never do. Okay, no shenanigans. Or they have a prismatic too. Curious. Oh, let's let me do with this in case they've got some way of killing that. I can at least blink it, right? Let's say white. I'll stop 3 of it. And this will stop 2 of it. We'll still take some damage, but now we've got Prismatic in the yard, feeling a little safer. We really need a basic here. That helps a lot. I'm not going to lie. We've got... God, I just keep waiting. It's driving me nuts. I just want that one more land. Feeling all right. Here we go. Yeah, I could blink that, but I'm just going to play this. Just life boys. We've got Prismatic in the yard for any unforeseen things. Yeah. Hey, Nim Chimpskey, when Hexxen Rouge comes back to chat, let's make sure he shares this list with us, eh? Well, I'm going to tap this to actually prevent white. I'm fine letting that go. That's fine. He's using 2 Skreds. I mean, you got to use them on something, right? You guys heard me say white first. That was my plan from the get-go, not to save the missionary. White. Problem is we can't kill the Champion of the Flame with this play. But that was my intention from the get-go. What are they doing now? Let's see. Oh. No, good for him. He sees it. Look at that. Very nice. Yep. I'm protected, but it doesn't do any damage. We're just going to take 5 instead of 9, which is nice. We'll block here. I want to kill it anyway. Damn. We'll get 4 of it back, but we really need a land. Remember how flooded we were the last few games? That's what we need to happen here. Scred found a home. Alrighty, let's find a land. Ooh, that's helpful. I like both of these. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Can we survive? They're hellbent. That will trade even. God, I just keep wanting to take turns. Let's say bottom on this. I know I said I wanted a land. The tempo is not helping us. We'll say top. We've really got to get our life on board. I hate that this is an artifact creature. Ah! Gain some life. Unblockable. Strife. I don't even know if this works. Might just be dead here depending on what he draws. We can prevent 2. Take 6 at least. But we've got to turn this clock on here. All right, Journey, I'll turn off Seeker. I'm not sure if that's the right play, but I can't really do enough damage to be relevant here, so got to play a little wee bit carefully here. Do I block the Seeker? I think I do. I'll take that chance. That's 8. Let's see if he's got any tricks. All right, the life is done. We've got an active Journey. Come on. Whoo! I can gain 4 of it back, and I can block that. So let's do this. It's got 1 card in hand. I hope it's not a Scred. That would really suck. Remember to click on Evoke first. We'll play this to this. Boink! Yay, it lives. Played magic in the house. And we will play this. Gratefully, we will get more mana. Thank you, Mulldrifter. Bok bok. Any Easter Bunny fans out there from the old 80s commercials here in the States anyway? Thanks for the list. Steal the Godhead is one of my favorite cards. Has played Magic. Just finished building it in paper with my daughter. Oh, awesome. Again, if any kids out there, I love the next generation coming up. If you would like your parent, if it's cool with them, I will be more than happy to give you a shout out. Just make sure to @PauperGanemy so I see this bold thing show up in the corner of my eye and I'm able to look at it. Always willing to do that. I know kids get a kick out of that. The man in the screen's really there. It's not a recording. He's somewhere. Ooh wee, that's painful. I have to kill the Mulldrifter or perish. Bam! I'm a goner. Splat. Okay. The problem here is I just get there's so many problems here. Why can't I have my Lone Missionary out? No. Alrighty, let's get rid of problem childs first. Boom. I can't block flyers. Believe it or not, I think I'm going to roll like this. Because I can't block flyers. Should I? Shouldn't I? That has trample. I'm going to go like that. We will gain 4. That will be 8. This is scary. You know, we've got 2 mana up, pretending like we've got options for counter magic, but it's hiding from us. I know we took 1 out, but we still have 3 counterspells somewhere in this. But I just can't get over how strong this list is against a a red hate list. I mean, he does have Seekers. Those have, he'd probably be dead by now, I think, if math is right. If I get another Ephemerate, yeah, taking 8 or 9 against, we're either dead or we live here. If he's got a trick, we're dead either way because of the trample. So we might drop into an Ephemerate here. Thanks a lot, deck. All right. Ooh, this is tough. I can hit for 6. I can play this. I don't think we live here. We're going to gain 4. I can block 3 of it. We're going to take at least 6. And we gain 4. Is the play to not do anything here? Is it really? 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 still gets over. We're screwed, guys. We just can't win here. I can get him to 2, but I'm just going to act like we maybe got Prismatic. But what a cool list to lose to. Hexxen Rouge, please send me this list because I think this is what we'll be playing in early 2022 for our fans out there. I'm sure he'll have the list somewhere saved. It's cool because it just keeps building on itself. It's very organic. And Trample is one of the best evasive moves out there. I'm just going to let him have it here. Boop. You got me. I'm just holding planes. Very nice indeed. We had him one swing away from pulling this off, but wow, what a cool matchup that was. And our deck's not doing us any favors. Hey, Counterspell, nice to see you. Oh, that was sweet. Hey, guys, I'm going to go grab coffee real quick, and I'll be back right after this. We're going to show you a little something of the Xmas persuasion. Back in a bit.
Introducing the Elf on the Shelf menu at Naya's. Put flavor counters on the stack. Of pancakes, that is. Oh, what snow-covered funnel cakes. Or try our Boros burrito. And kids eat free every day from 4 to 10 p.m. But it's only for good boys and girls. So be good for pancake's sake and try our Elf on the Shelf menu only at Naya's.
And we're back. All right. Here we go. So yeah, I was going to go over the list before that awesome beating we just partook in. Talk about bias. My goodness. Hexxen Rouge, that was awesome. That was, everybody wants that list. And as do I for when we come back in the beginning of the new year. That was pretty resounding, being that I had so much hate built in. It just wasn't enough. Almost one swing away. It just felt that whole game. It was like, if I could just do one turn, let me come up for air once. So any of you joining us late, we're playing a really, it's called the Untouchables because most stuff that touches creatures and gets rid of them is red. So we got protection from red, protection from red. The big thing here, got to be careful. This is an artifact creature. And so you only want to keep one of them out with all these dust to dust running around. That being said, We have 2 Guardians, which rounds out our 10 creatures that are kind of untouchable outside of cast down and stuff like that. So we've got a Mulldrifter package to draw some cards with the Ephemerate engine, which can sometimes come into play with Lone Missionary. 2 Journeys, full set of Counterspells, 3 Dispels, 4 Preordains, 2 Brainstorms, and a whole lot of shenanigans with our lands to have a lot of fun with, because when this goes on one of these, it's a 4/4, unblockable, with lifelink, and that ends games pretty quickly, usually. Sideboard's pretty standard fare. This is a little bit of a surprise. I just like, sometimes fairies get so out of control, you just need time, and CLP Blue's pretty nice. Or you can use it as a duress, making sure that they have a hard counter there. So, with Paladin 19 Shield, he sure did, yeah. Yeah, I got some coffee smoke coming up for a nice little effect. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. Leave no trace at one spot there. We've got the 2 Lone Missionaries. I think we have only a total of, 3. 2 Obsidian Acolytes, not sure how to say that correctly. The last Prismatic Strand, all 4 Dust to Dust, and all 4 Faerie Macabres there. And you could argue you could probably play like a relic here. I used to run a Trinket engine with, I think, 2 relics main back when, what was that called? Arkham's Astrolabe was out. That was a lot of fun. But that was a long time ago. In a galaxy not too far away. Let's see where we're at here. Oh, we're still waiting on folks here. We're gonna again. I would love to join people, but the second I do that, if somebody jumps in and beats me to it, then I've got to reset the whole program and stuff. So I'd rather just sit here like a chatterbox and wait for our options here. So yeah, we've got pretty cool stuff. Now this is what I was about to play today. I might as well talk about it. It's called Naya Bolt. Uses a card a lot of people don't know of, Branching Bolt, which does 3 damage to a creature with flying or both, or a creature without flying. This is brutal. I was running Arc Lightning for a while, which is 3 damage divided any way you want. But so this is a very Christmas themed deck. We'll get back to it in a little bit. Hopefully it didn't load that one. I think I have it all set up. All right, we got a pretty good hand here. We can do some stuff. We've got part of our combo. We will keep this. Boop. Paladin 19. Ha! And it's an island. Pretty nice looking one too. Here we go. All right, now we're just looking for land because we've got our stuff. There's our land. We've already got one of these, but it might get countered, so I'm going to say top. And we'll just go like this. Make sure that we played a land. Yes, I'm being an idiot today. Apologies. That's not anything new, right? Okay, well, we've got a Galina's Night protected from red. Looking across from us is a forest and an island, which is not something you want to see, but hey, we'll take it. Again, this is why we love Ash Barrens, because we have options. Sometimes people can underestimate it too. They're like, I can block that all day long. I'm not playing a red deck. And then boom, I'm already happy because we're up against another rogue list. This is what keeps me in the game, folks. New cards come out. You create, you make things, you create with your mind, you do it. It's a lot of fun. And then when you get tired of it, new things come out and you try new things, and that's what keeps it going. I don't think I could stay with Magic in general, even if I like focused on just one deck all the time, got known for that, and I think I'd have maybe a year tops and then I'd burn out. Hexxen's List. Oh, very cool. Nim Chimpskey, do me a... Oh, thank you. You already read my mind. Thank you. What a sweetheart. I appreciate you, my friend. Jasper Jensen of the Netherlands. Reading my mind, I tell you. All right, what we got to be careful about here is bounce. So with this, we're really looking at like a... I don't want to drop the Steal the Godhead without Counterspell backup. Shall we? I mean, you just know he's got a snap, right? Let's get our islands on board. Just so we've got some options here. If he does try to snap, I would have done that in response if he's got it, but we'll wait for at least a tap out. You'd go for it, Hexxen Rouge. I should probably listen to you since you thrashed me so good, but that's a good point in having 2 anyway. Our mana's right. I don't know, 4 mana, about to be 5. We don't really know what we're up against. Growth Spiral is so underplayed. One of those cards you should just keep on a little list of like, I should try to do something with this. I have little lists like that. Ooh, also called thousands of deck lists. All right, so we're up against Fog. So I don't want to counter this because I want to counter the fogs. Yowza. You know, I was about to play this Spell Slam's Simic Fog list. It was pretty easy on the... I'm really surprised you don't see it more often. I'd have to ask him why that is. But this is a deck we're probably going to lose to. I'm not going to lie, guys, because... well, because of a lot of things. We've got kind of dead cards here. Even our Mulldrifter is kind of a dead card. I'm just going to cast the Mulldrifter to just really hit our mana. Even though I don't really want to play into this whole, like, we're drawing a lot of cards engine, but Santa has a list too. Hey, there you go. All right, so we've got our lands. Did we play one this turn? We will play it. And we will go get yet another card coming out of our library. They just love this. It's like, go ahead, you fool. So we have 2 dead cards. But next turn, I can at least play the Steel and then have Counterspell backup. Again, I probably don't want to be using it for that. Just because we're going to be seeing a lot of fogs coming up in our near future. How cool is Stream of Thoughts artwork. In fact, my mom's in town. Like I said, her 80th is coming up, and she's here to celebrate the holidays with us and play lots of board games and such. But when I played Spell Slam's list, she saw this artwork and actually looked into buying it from the artist. She liked it so much. So pretty cool to have a mom like that. Not going to lie. Cinder Klaus. All right, here we go. Now again, boys and girls, you can pay any mana you want there. It can be all blue and you can play this, or it can be all white. It's a nice little combination of fright. Sorry, I'm just trying to rhyme for the hell of it. Here we go. We don't even need the life gain, but it is a nice, you know, Rancor in Azorius colors. Counterspell. Okay, we'll just let that go because, again, I want to save my Counterspell for more important things. The Dispels we have 3 of will go a long way. We will get rid of Strands unless they... Wouldn't it be cool if this list had a bunch of Hooting Mandrills in the sideboard and did the whole switcheroo plan? Like you get rid of all your removal and all your Prismatic and stuff like that, and it's just like, bam! Sorry, somebody's caffeinated. Apologies. Motor mouth here. Yeah, I was really trying hard for weeks to make that Naya list work that I was just showing you guys. And like I said, even though we beat Boros Bully and feeling pretty good, Hexxen Rouge just tromped us, and I don't think this has that good of a game again. We just have so many dead cards against a fog list. And we're not drawing our creatures here, so it's going to be all hands on deck. We're going to have to... all right, keep in mind what we're losing. There's one Steel of the Godhead there. Yeah, the Phantasm Flipperoonie is a pretty nice organic way of causing a bit of a switcheroo with regards to the list we're facing off against. What is this guy saying? I don't know. All right, let's try this again. Keep waiting for a snap to show up. Got a pretty quick turnabout here. Let's just attack. See what we have. I was considering a Preordain there, but I don't want to walk into a Weather the Storm. Not quite sure what this guy's on here. All right, but I'll chance it. We really want to find some Dispels here. I'll say top. Brainstorm. Ah! This is your brain. This is your brain on storms. Any questions? Any 80s PSA fans out there? Scry. Okay, that's fine. Draw all the cards you want. We are bluffing that we have Counterspell, but in this case it isn't a bluff. Something tells me to counter that, but I'm not gonna. Well, that hurts. Not really. We don't have that many shenanigans with our graveyard. That sure is a nice aspect to have, right? Instant graveyard removal with a draw card ability. That's pretty intoxicating. With Desert, too, this is a pretty nice list. I like this. Desert's one of those cards. It's great, but then you're like, I just can't get it reliably enough. And now you can have 8 of them if you play 4 with the Growth Spiral with a nice draw card advantage, too. So that's pretty sweet. I really want a way to shuffle these Prismatics out. What's like, why can't these be being milled, right? Instead of this good stuff. Okay, well, I get a little bit of my wish. We'll put these down. I just wish I had it active and out. I'll throw this back. Boop. I'm going to do this now so we don't draw another one. Dead, 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 dead cards everywhere. Good grief. All right, let's get a plane. We've got enough islands. Booyah! Talk about a dead hand. He's at 6. We'll have him killed if we just drop the Mulldrifter. But then we're kind of naked, huh? What do you guys vote? I guess we could, you know what? We'll probably find a variety of things. It's just, do I find Ephemerate or do I find Dispel? Dispel I have more of. Let's see what we've got in the side. Ephemerate and Dispel's already happened, so it's a 50-50 draw ratio, but we don't really want to draw. I'd rather have counter magic, so I'm going to play this. That way we threaten life gain or death next turn. It works. It lives. Of course, now we can just get sent. Thanks a lot, Prismatic. I just buried it, and it's like, here it is again. Well, with the Bazooka Bog, I don't think we have to worry about Jace's Phantasm showing up. This dude's drawn a whole lot of cards. I'm being very disciplined and holding back for... Problem is, what we might run into next turn is a Moment's Peace, which is 2 spells in 1. The first of which might hit a counterspell, but after that, we'll be dead in the water. 28 cards left. We haven't really seen much... these are the decks that beat you with Stream of Thought. When you have Jace's Phantasm, not so great. 5 cards enter the revealed card zone. Let's show what they are. Counterspell, Eureka moment. Draw 2 cards, put a land from your hand on the battlefield. Boy, this guy really likes ramp. Tangle, Weather the Storm. Oh boy. Weather the Storm's already out. Yeah, we're going to lose. He's just going to tangle. We're going to counter. He's going to weather. We really need to find like a Dispel here. That is not it. 1, 2, 3, not it. Yeah, I got to counter this because I want my creatures to untap. And he does only have 1. So Weather the Storm. Yeah, there's the counter for the counter. At least we got those out of the way. Boop. And our guys are just dead in the water. We've only got 27 cards left. This is not looking good, guys. And these storm count's already up. So I don't want to play that creature, but I kind of have to. No, I will not. Tempo be damned. That 3 damage may really matter. Beautiful artwork. Our opponent here. I'll let that go. 12 instead of 15. I'll live with it. Yield to the turn. Yeah, this is brutal. They just don't need... If you really want, in my opinion, no offense to our opponent, one of the best fog decks out there and the best fog builders out there, Spell Slam on YouTube. He's got some tutorials. Don't rely on me to play it because he's got all kinds of... if you go to our old video, it'll have all the links there if you like this kind of style our opponent's playing. Beautiful, beautiful list. Spell Slam created. And yeah, it's pretty flawless. And but the coolest thing is he has a tutorial, and we have a link to that of just... I think it's like 8 or 9 pages long of just every scenario you can run into, all the matchups, sideboarding options, etc. I'm really surprised it hasn't... been in the metagame a little bit more. I'd have to reach out to him and ask him, like, what's holding that thing back? Is it just people not playing it? It's like Brute Squad. It's like I play it and I win with it, and then once in a while you'll see somebody do it, and it's like, where does it go? Boros Bully never went away. Rallygon went away, but it's right up there. Stompy keeps showing up. All right. Well, let's hope for the best here. Yeah, this is some brutal matchup here. Turbo Fog. It's like, why don't we just call it Fog? Not quite sure why we have to throw the extra moniker in there. That's a nice tempo play. Has a good... Oh, okay, Nim Chimpskey with the knowledge there. Hard against fairies. Yeah, I could see, but man, this desert plan's pretty nice. Maybe our opponent's onto something. I don't think they need like the hieroglyphic illusion. In the Eureka moment, maybe one or two of them, but God, how many have we seen now? He's running all four? That's crazy. This is that kind of, look at our hand, just absolutely dead. I don't even know what I might as well just yield through this turn. We're even losing on time. Alrighty, let's see if he's got anything here. Let's attack. If we run into a tangle, I'll just scoop here because we've only got 17 cards left and our opponent's got all kinds of options. Bonk. Okay, we don't have a counterspell. Happy to lose that one. Not happy to lose, but the writing's on the wall is what I mean. Talk about beautiful artwork. That is it. Really nice. Thanks for giving me free information. Cool. Alrighty, all hands on deck. We're going to bring in all the fairies for any EOT shenanigans. We'll get rid of the prismatic. I'll get rid of the journeys. What else do we want to get rid of? We like the dispel. Where were you, my friend? Just hiding? Helping out no one? I don't know if I like the Ephemerate engine in this. I think I'm going to lose 1 and 1. I don't want to get rid of it altogether. We don't really have much else. How much COP blue becomes a thing, right? We're just going to bring these in as beat sticks because we want options. And in that logic, I'll bring in that last Mulldrifter. Blue beats, right? We just can't really hit hard enough. Our opponent's list is pretty cool because it doesn't really rely on any sort of ramp of the, enchantment persuasion. So these are a little bit irrelevant. Yeah, I like our opponent's chances a lot. Hey, Deluxe says Astor665. Do you change it to the 5-color effect list recently? I do not. Funny you bring that up. There was about 5 lists I was about to play, in all honesty. The problem with my 5-color effect list isn't the colors. It's what flavor of the month, right? It's so fun to use haste. It's fun to use unearth. It's fun to use protection. It's just so many things. And in the end, whenever I feel like playing it, I play my white infect list because it wins a lot more. And just it's so consistent, that white infect list. I really like it. Yeah, I want to play first. Oh, God. We're going to mulligan. Now, this is the one matchup you want to mulligan. Thank you, list. Thank you so much. No, and I mean it this time because we want to mulligan a lot. Do we have the goods? We have a lot of counters here. I like this. We won't need this for a while. And we won't need this for a while. Done. Happy with this. We'll go like this. Get our mana right. Oops. Get our man on board. And hopefully go from there. It's probably the list. So many times I'm so close to bringing that to a league. I was tempted to play it today, along with about a million other decks. And when you put that little caveat on the end of the year of like, this is the last show of the year, which is pretty silly. It's just, an imaginary marker in time, right? But to us humans, it means something. But it makes you start going like, oh, what should I go out with? And I kind of wanted to be a classic. What I've been wanting to play for a long time is my Death Touch Ping list, the Simic one. But it's just so poorly timed right now. The metagame is just really against it. It's hard to make that one work. All right, come on, Brainstorm. Show me some lands. Show me some love. I like this a lot. We'll throw this back, and I guess this back. We'll put this down. Next turn, it'll be Party Town. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Yeah, my oldest turned 21 this month, and so I'm thinking of heading off to Vegas. I was like, have fun. I can't stand that place. I spent a lot of summers there as a kid, hanging out with Brunson and my dad. Sounds fun, but it's pretty boring as a kid. I don't know if Brunson's still alive. Does anybody know that? We haven't seen any snaps, and honestly, I don't think we're going to see one. I just think his deck's too chock full of ramp and other tricks. Relies on fog, that's fine. I'm just doing this not for the lifelink, but for the ability. I just want to draw another island and just go to the dome. We've got a really nice counter heavy hand here. I just need one more island to really sink it in. He's still alive? Oh, okay. Man, he was ancient when I was a little kid. My mom keeps downsizing as she moves across the country and visits certain relatives, and now she's out in the Texas area where she first grew up, and she brought back all these old black and white, really nice quality, because she used to be a photographer, and pictures of me in kindergarten and stuff is just so weird. Bronson? No, I don't mean, I'm Brunson, the poker player. Well, this hand gets a little better here. I just want an island here. We haven't seen too many graveyard shenanigans in like Moment's Peace. I'm sure it's going to show up, but all right, that's fine. Yep, we'll let that go. Oh yeah, TMO 6 Life. Yeah, I'm one of the rarities. That was before poker was so popular, but yeah, my dad and him used to play a lot, and he used to give me money for Street Fighter. I think to just shoo me away. Who wants an irritating kid at the table, right? Back when Street Fighter was a video game. What do we do here? I want to maximize. It'd be nice to bluff a Dispel, but if we drop another island, we'll still have the options here. He's probably got a Counterspell for this, so yep. And we're stuck for 2 turns. This blows. I got the coffee steam going up my nose. Apologies. I ain't sick. It's just that water nose. Should be a card. Before Velcro was popular? No, before poker was popular. I used to tell my kids, not my kids, my friends on the playground, they're like, what's your mom do? I was like, real estate? What's your dad do? He plays games. Because, nobody knew what poker was. And then, gosh, what was that? Late 90s, early 2000s. It was just all the rage and got crazy popular. Yeah, 2-7 offsuit. No kidding. Yeah, we just got our son a shirt that says, I don't even fold my laundry. And it shows a 2-7 offsuit on his shirt. It's pretty great. You could probably find it on Amazon. I think that's where we found it. I don't think we found it at a shop or anything. So our Faerie Macabres aren't feeling very powerful, are they? We haven't seen too many graveyard shenanigans. This guy's just got us dead to rights. I've got quite a poker history, especially growing up with a dad like that. But one of my best hands that doesn't make any mathematical sense is usually ace-10 suited. It's just one of those, just like how Ephemerate likes me, how certain cards just like you. That one that tends to win for me a lot. Actually, one of the best games, pot building wise, back then at least, was Omaha. That's one that doesn't really, you know what? No, I'm going to do this. I might be running right into a Weather the Storm, but maybe they'll mill themselves. Omaha tricks people because you can be dealt 4 aces and you're like, I'm all in. It's like, you can only use 2 of them, you jackass. It's just enough like Texas Hold'em that it really screws people up. We will attack. We do have a Moment's Peace in the yard. We don't have to worry about it because if you play as much as I do, you know it costs 3, not 2. Is this another Moment's Peace? We cannot abide with this. Again, I'm going to cast a hard counter on this. Just if our blue shows up, we'll be able to do something about it. Get him down to 8. Yeah. So come round about that whole story back into a nutshell is I can't stand Laughlin, Nevada or Vegas or anything like that because just a lot of really boring outings and people smoked a lot back then and just it was only arcade sounds so fun as a kid until the 7th hour. A lot of 80s kids, many of you will remember, if you're of the older persuasion, just how reckless and wild we used to just be able to run around and just be left to our own devices sort of thing. All right, bye-bye Moment's Peace. And we might as well grab a Tangle too, just in case. He's probably just got another in hand. Left to our own arcade devices, that's for sure. And he just discards another one. Dang it. Alrighty, well, we will attack. And if he plays it from the graveyard, we can dispel it. We'll dispel that one. If he's got a counter magic, this is just going to be backbreaking. Ouch! Negate. That's such cool artwork. Check that out. Sharing an eyeball. That's pretty sweet. That's a spell that's not played enough, in my opinion. It's a great little card. I'm not having fun in this matchup. I think he's got us, but we'll give it another turn or two, and then I think I'm going to fold this up. This is like up there with Tron as far as what you don't want to run up against in a stream. It's a cool list. Don't get me wrong, but... And the only metagame deck we played, we beat. It's just very typical of lists that I run. One of the problems is sometimes I bring a rogue thing and it's ready to beat the metagame, and we only see other rogue lists and then they crash and burn. But mark my words, or mark my lists. They're usually pretty darn good against the meta. You know, I was thinking of playing a hot dog version of, you know, the deck that's going around and goes crazy off the wall, although I like Hexxen Rouge is already a little bit better. But make sure to go and do the deck editor and type in rather than, and set it to red and cards you don't own, so set it to 0, and you'll see a whole lot. Like, I think Crash, you can sacrifice a mountain at instant speed. Thunderclap, you can sacrifice a mountain at instant speed. Why do you want to be doing that? Well, you can play 20 mountains and hit some real big consistency with Lava Dart style logic, and really do a lot of spells in one turn. Build up some storm count. Alrighty, I'm gonna just play this. Let's go try to find... I'm just gonna evoke this. I just want to find another Dispel. Is it in their interest for us to cast a Mulldrifter? Alrighty. Boink. Who am I fooling? Let's get another... Even though it shortens our list up, we'll at least have flexible options with our mana. Note to self, this is not good against fog lists, but again, you know, all right, we're folding up here. That's going to put us out of reach as we lose to fog. Man, double-decker smash-a-rooney, but hey, there are 2 rogue lists and they're really cool. Anyway, yeah, so this is the other list that I was... Actually, before I do that, let me go in here. We'll set up this thing, create. We've just had some bad matchups, that's all. When we faced the meta, we won. We'll see if that list continues. It'd be nice to see some more red lists, but not Hexxen Rouges because that owned us. We're already in another match. It always helps if I just have something else to do. Fate steps in and is like, no, you don't. So we'll just do this. Cooper the Red in the house. All right, our mana's right. We've got some defensive stands and some draw, so we'll keep this, and we're on the draw as we speak, so we'll yield through this turn. Unless things change. Ooh, a blacklist. All right, let's get our mana right out of the gates. I ain't wasting any time. Get our mana right. Yield through this. Super Cooper. Will the thrashing of the bald man continue? Ugh. Somebody play Boros Bully again. That was fun. But what did I have? 20 seconds left on that one? It's a good example of streaming versus non-streaming. I think I would have won that match with like 7 minutes left if I wasn't streaming. All right. We don't really have our dudes online here. I might as well get a blocker out, though, so we take less thrashing damage. And we might pull out a, what do you call a cast down here? Persistent Specimen. What a cool word. I mean, set of words for what it does, right? My son thrashes with that pretty regularly in draft. He's always drafting, I think it's Orzhov. Sounds like father boasting, and I guess technically it is, but man, that kid, I think the last 5 drafts he's gotten first. He is headed for the Pro Tour, in my opinion. We really need that Prismatic to show up, don't we? I'm going to get another dude out just to do it. We'll drop this. Go get a island. That's why I kept adding lands to this. There was a time when I think I only played 19 or 18, and not good. Happy to trade with that. Come on, Bone Picker. Really need our life to show up here. I gotta get rid of that beetle, I would think, right? It's gotta have like a double trick turn, probably like a Village Rites sort of thing. Oh, that makes me feel better. Okay. If we just draw our combo, I'll feel a little bit better, but because we got 6 in the air coming at us pretty regularly here. I like that a lot, but I'm gonna wait because we've got a whole lot of damage headed our way. Boink. Just want to encourage the trade. Act like we're not afraid. Very obvious what we're up to. I think it could be said that I might lean on Prismatic Strands a little too much, but what are you going to do when a card's that powerful, right? Could have been fond of saying it's a double-sided Wrath of God if you play it right. Black. Bye-bye. I think he's waiting on cast down just like we were waiting on Prismatic. Nope. Ooh, I don't like seeing that. Alrighty. Let's get our life on board. At least we don't have this dude out, right? Let's play this. And we'll attack here. Can't be blocked. We'll get our life back. And it's a race now. That Perilous Mirror can get around a lot of that protection issue, so. That life swing is no joke. 4/4 unblockable. Protection from the format, so to speak. We're sitting duck right now, though. One cast down and smack. Does he got it? In response, we'll do this and say black. Yield. It's been a fun year in Magic, hasn't it? I mean, look at how much draw both white and black have got. You can really start feeling the shift in power. Oh man, we are dead meat if I don't, my goodness. Journey, please. Oh, not Journey. I actually, there's too much stuff here, so I'm going to say bottom, and I'll say top on this. That'll get us back in life range. I like that. And we can block with stuff. And we have an edict option. And we go up to 21. Unless he's got what? Tragic Slip? How would he trigger it? I'm not sure. Yo. Hey, everybody in chat still? It's been awfully quiet. I know it says I've got a viewer count there, but I miss when you guys keep the chat rolling. Ooh, this is spicy. The Untouchables. It's been untouchable against Boros Bully, that's for sure, but so far, interesting. Do we just, no, because he can just kill that. But if he kills it, he kills a lot of his own dudes. I'm going to say okay. Come on over. We might get an Ephemerate. He's got to trip it to kill most of his team. Let's go. Preordain. Let's see, bottom. Does this really do anything? What options do we have here? gonna get him to that. An island really doesn't help us here. I'm gonna say bottom here. Let's just see what we draw. Oh, that sucks. We're taking 9 in the air. We have to go off here. Let's attack. No, probably just block. Or do I keep that dude back so that he's encouraged to do that? That's 9. He's just got us, doesn't he? Rogue beats, I tell you. At least he has to block here. Boop. King 4. Get a little dude out. Mana's just been fighting us. That first game we were flooded. Note to self, we won that game. Is the format really in a place where more than one Dispel is good? I think so. For the metagame, I mean, if you look at MTG Goldfish, is this enough? I think it is. You'll find that that's kind of the case. There are a lot of instances running about, but he's got us here. Black. I'm just going to write down kind of like Black Sack, just so I know what I'm up against. I'll say begin sideboarding. And we're going to bring in our Acolytes for sure. Boop. We'll bring in this for sure. I'm not too worried about the graveyard shenanigans there. Now what do we lose? Oh, we'll lose 1 Outlander. These guys will be nice. Let's lose 1 Dispel. Maybe 2 Dispels for this list. Taking our advice here. I'll lose all our Dispels and a Counterspell and bring in a whole lot of creatures just so we can really play the Prismatic Strands angle, gain life, and swing and block. That's the name of the game. That's the one I'm playing. Woo! My wife's favorite fighter, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, is fighting tonight. I know there's NFL games on right now. It's quite the sports weekend. Like I said, we've won the game that counts, and we've lost to Rogue. It's been pretty fun. Yeah, I want to play first. Cool. Keep. And here we are. Love that Lone Missionary with Ephemerate and Mulldrifter backup. It's just, what's your poison? Whoa, don't click on that. Do that. Almost misclick there. Here we go. That nested shambler may be pretty cool in that list of hexxen ruge. I know it's a wrong color, but to make it all huge and then you get a bunch of squirrels when it dies. Never mind. Bad idea. What was I thinking? It's a terrible idea. We've got the land. That thing dies, it makes 3 dudes. I'll let it through. We've got the life game here online. And we'll go like this. Next turn, I will play that Mulldrifter win, lose, or draw with the regards to if we're going to draw a land or not. It's just that's how we're going to draw land, and then we can use the Ephemerate when we need to. But where are all the creatures? He's holding a bunch of bone pickers in hand, right? Alrighty. Here comes the group. Do we hit our lands here? Let's do this. We'll play this. Do this. I'll say top. top. Maybe not. I think drawing 8 cards is going to be enough. And I believe we're going to attack. No. I shall wait. We'll block. Got Ephemerate love going on here. I think I'm just going to wait. I didn't mean it when I said I was going to block. I was thinking with the Ephemerate, it might be a nice little life trick, but I'll just stay back. Alrighty, mister. I've got Bone Pickers in hand. Has he got 2 of them? Take 4 instead. You can keep your Bone Pickers in your hand. Alrighty. Nice of you to show up there. Alrighty, here we go. Evoke. Sound effects included. Bam! There's part of our answer. Boink. Pow. Down it goes. Depending on what he deals with here. That's a lot of damage, isn't it? Alright, well, I've got a Mulldrifter out, and if Bone Pickers show up, that's cool, because I'll just do this and be safe. So I'm going to go a little here, not worry too much about the shenanigans surrounding a double Bone Picker, which is really what I know is going to happen here. Here comes a squirrel. Come on, Bone Picker. We know you got 2 of them. Whoa, maybe not. Okay. Well, now our plan is a lot more heavily based on that Prismatic Strands. It looks a bit greedy, but I'm still going to cast it on the Mulldrifter. Boop. Get us some cards. Here we go. And draw another one. Cool. I want to keep 3 back, but I do want to gain some life. I think I'm going to go like this. That dies. I don't even want that to die. I need to keep that back for that. Just going to do this. Gain the life. All right. All right. We can't prevent the damage of that Myrrh, that's for sure. Double Nose Picker. Alrighty, that Peerless Myrrh is not long for this world. You know, let's go crazy. Boop. 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 And boop. We'll say no black. Soon to be no green, because this is going to make a whole lot of little critters. Splat. Let's go find that. Perfect. Top. 2, 3. Play this on you. Get out of range of that Myrrh and get our life back on order here. Yeah. 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 Counterspell backup. Feeling pretty good. Come over for 6. I'm on a 3-turn clock unless some sort of shenanigans show up. Getting our life back on board. I am out of coffee. to the amazement of everyone. That's 4. He's got a bone picker. Come on over. I ain't even gonna fret. I'm gonna counterspell this just for tempo's sake. And I don't want these guys blowing up my dudes. There's a lot of reasons. Oop. Play this. Attack like this. Ah. That Obsidian Acolyte doesn't feel that great right now, does it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can do the Mulldrifter and that. Let's play the Mulldrifter. Draw some cards. We've got it naturally. That feels pretty good. And I'll just cast it. The other option, you know, you play the knight, tap it, blah, blah, blah. But, alrighty, there we go. With the win there. Our little backup plan working okay. I really didn't like seeing Counterspell. Hey, question for the chat. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. If I dust to dust a Perilous Myrrh, it just dies and doesn't do the damage, I believe, right? Does it have graveyard? Let me know in the chat. I'll be right back. Apologies, Cooper the Red. I think we're good to go here. When it dies, not when it's exiled. So, is it worth one of those? I don't think so. Let's rock. Just good to know for people who's at home. Now my bladder is ready. Ready for fighting. I still have a little bit of caffeine in the house. Ooh, like this hand. Keep. Let's see. Vault of Whispers. That suggests he's running Costly Plunder or Deadly Dispute, more likely. Unless he's in the complete Black Sack camp. Sorry for all the sound effects. Island. Here we go. So yeah, our little courtyard get together with our neighbors and stuff. They emailed me a bunch of Christmas songs and the chords for them because I'm one of the other guitarists. I got 2 flamenco guitars. I've got a few guitars, but those are my favorites for the warm tone. But I'm not a good, my musicianship is a lot like my magic in that I'm going to bring out this dude first. In that I'm all about creativity and not following suit. So I'm very good at playing my songs, but I'm not that great. One, at reading music, I can do it, but I'm a little behind, and two, at kind of following what I'm supposed to do. I was a terrible bandmate. I had a band for a while, played live music and all that stuff, but I would think like, you know, it's kind of my way or the highway sort of thing, because I knew exactly what I wanted out of my songs, and that was that. So I don't really mind this play here. Happy for that to... Not happy for it to be dead, but, you know. Hey-o, Nim Chimpskey. And played Magic with a Tier 1 sub. Woo, making it rain. Thank you so much. Played Magic. Still don't have that right, do I? Apologies. All right, I've got a black heavy draw here. Bone Picker showing up. Where is our Journey to Nowheres? Maybe enough for Pauper points. Someone can get you to play a whole game using your own voice sound effects. I almost do that naturally. That might not be the best use, right? Let's see. We're going to take 6. It's half our life, but we've got to get things on board here. So let's rock with the knight. Then we'll cycle the barons for another island. One white mana is enough in this list, usually. This is going to be a close one. I wasn't... Tempo lost on that Perilous Mirror. That's cool. Carrying Feeder with the Bone Picker. Very nice. And keep in mind, chat, there's some pretty cool little fun things, at least I think so, in our Pauper points, where you can actually turn them in and just alert me, and then you get to sideboard for me. Hopefully you do a nice thing, nice job, nice whatever. The ideal move here is actually not to play Steel of the Godhead. It's 2 strands, I believe. Alrighty, we have that. Trying to always come up with cool ways to use Pauper points. But thank you so much, Played Magic, for the love in the chat there and the prime points. Woo! Sideboard swap. Oh, down goes. Finally some removal. Nice to see. My goodness. Let's grab an island. I think I said I was going to do that. And smack, we go to 13. Here we go. Woo! That feels pretty good. Note to self, next Ash Barrens, get a white, because we got to keep triggering this. That's why I added in a few extra there. Snuggle Foxes with the thank you. I appreciate it too. I think we're just going to sit back and fog. Be very boring. All right, we're getting a little tempoed out here. In retrospect, I just need a land again. Could you please explain what you can do with the sideboard swap? Oh, Nim Chimpskey, yes. So if you turn that in, when I go to sideboard at any point, you just alert me, and you get to tell me how to sideboard. So you can be a total jerk and make me bring in a bunch of Obsidian Acolytes against a burn deck. And should make for some pretty funny give and goes, right? All right, here we go. We'll call black, get the anti-hate train on board. I don't even know what I meant by that. Sideboard swap. And if you can, if it's confusing in any way, let me know. Sometimes, believe it or not, I was a communications major, but it doesn't show. If you can think of a better way, especially with all the languages people are speaking here and there, to make that make more sense, I'm more than happy to oblige. I'm going to play... Sacrifice suggests he's got something that can deal with this, so let's play this, and we'll at least be able to Prismatic here. My daughter just beat me with this list. She was very happy. Oh, with mine or with Cooper the Reds Played Magic? Man of culture is a better term for this section. Yeah. Yeah, now we've got the Counterspell mana and we're not drawing it. I know we did take some out. Okay. We've got to play really carefully. And the only good thing about a mono black list is we can get it 1 life and we're pretty safe for the most part. Let's see, that would be 2. I don't know if I even want to block anything here. I guess we block here and see what he does. Put the onus on them, right? All right. Too much power. We'll say black. Boop. Here we go. Yield. It's bound to happen. I'll be playing a weird list with all kinds of switcheroo sideboards, and they'll do it when it doesn't matter. Our life is on board. We are... Man, oh man, that Mulldrifter is driving me crazy. Again, I want more turns. Let's see if he's got it. Let's make him think we got something else. We'll do this. Godhead. Boop. We don't have to worry about Snuff Out because he doesn't have a swamp yet. It's a private joke with my youngest and I. The original Diablo game. The guy says, when you try to equip an item that's too big, he goes, "I can't use this yet." And it's just this huge dramatic pause. And so now we keep using it around the kitchen table in places where it makes no sense. And just pick up a banana in the morning. "I can't use this yet." And laughs ensue. At least if you have our sense of humor. Life is pretty important in Magic. It's also why I love Infect so much, and I think a lot of you do too. Fantastic mechanic. They need to print 1 or 2 more Infect creatures. Who's with me? Can I get an amen in the chat? Ooh-wee. Who needs Sarah Angels when you have 5/2 flyers with Death Touch? Good grief. Hey, this is an all-common format, everyone. Hey, it might get us there now. Yeah, man, oh man, oh man. I've got to keep that back. We'll just prismatic and get our life back here. Oh, we'll play an Infect list probably in January. I've been itching to play one. Amen. Wow, I haven't seen that one before. Dink Daddy with the contract from below scream. Very nice. I love when I see emotes. Speaking of emotes, we've got a whole lot of them. A lot of you aren't using, so click on down there, the little smiley face in the chat, and you can see all kinds of goodies. Boop. Pretty predictable play here as we go for black. It drives our opponent crazy, but we can bring out the Acolyte. I really hope I draw a plane here. There it is. WikiBear. Show me a channel that has access to WikiBear, and I will point you to propaganda. Ooh, village rights. What am I doing? I have nothing to do, so I might as well do that. There we go. Oh, wow. You guys are bringing the love. I spent way too much time on that one of me in the card frame. You could blow that up to a poster, and it looks good. And then I thought afterwards, I'm like, why did I spend so much time on that thing? It's this big. It's just tiny. Alrighty. Let's do this in case an Edict effect shows up. We've got Counter Magic, and we've got Prismatic in the yard. And we don't have access to anti-Snuff Out because he does have a swamp now if he is running that. But we do have Counterspell. So we're feeling pretty good. Our life's getting on board. We've got a 2-point game here. Propaganda. Wah! Now it's too much of them. It's nice to see all the love. I spent a whole afternoon making those. It was quite the ordeal. Ooh, I don't like this. We'll counterspell that. We like our creatures where they're at, please. Counterspell showing up when it needs to. We'll make them do the work. Tap the creatures. Do the thing. Pretty predictable. Black. You. It sure is colorful, though, as opposed to all the text and stuff. Alrighty. Let's just attack here. Get our life back. 5. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot. This is one of those things where I can... Now, keep in mind... Well, I should finish my train of thought. It's a lot of damage, and I could easily blink, and I'm almost dead next turn. So I'm going to slow roll this. That being said, keep in mind when you're playing something like Obsidian Acolyte, if they put like an Unholy Strength on, like who would do that? But you can actually target their creatures. The way it's worded, target creature. So it's pretty cool for that reason. Alrighty, this might do it. Let me go like this first. Whoosh. I'll say black. And I guess we got to lose our dude. Boop. Bye-bye. No No black damage, but we're down a critter. Mulldrifter doesn't play the same game. All right, we pull even. We've beaten Bully and Black Sack sort of thing. Lost to Turbo Fog and the awesome Hexxen Ruge equipment list. Let me see here. Actually, cancel that. I'm going to roll to a commercial, grab some more coffee, and I'll be right back after one of our old favorites. Shirazman will probably roll his eyes at this one. And I've got to find... The clip vanished. I can't find it anymore because I was going to break it into 2 parts because we never see the end of this one. But this is Wheel of Fortune from an American game show with a lot of magic influence. Back in a bit.
Every letter you called is in this puzzle. Boy, call the right letters, didn't he? It's a thing. You have 10 seconds. Can he do it? Good luck.
Magic hand, magic band, magic yan, sand, vand, canned, jan, panned, fan, fanned, wand, wand, oh!
Pick him up.
Leather mullet.
Brooke?
Leather wallet.
There you go. Lolita.
Oh, self-potato? Sorry.
No. Michael?
Self-portrait.
Yeah, that's it. All right. The category is thing. And it's Robert.
Cake baker.
No, everybody else. Kate.
Care package.
Yeah, that's have a letter.
J.
There is a J. If you could solve the puzzle right now, there is a jackpot of nearly $10,000 in addition to the money you have. If not, you have to either buy a vowel or spin the wheel.
I'll solve the puzzle.
Go ahead.
I have The Wine by Johnny Cash.
That is not correct. I'm sorry.
Okay. The Pointed Desert.
No, still time.
The Printed Desert.
James, it's your turn.
The pointed desert.
No, you still have time.
I still have time. I like to solve.
Say it.
The pointed
It's
desert.
not the pointed desert.
Oh,
no matter how many times you say it.
If you've been arrested, damaged, or killed, call the experienced attorneys at Jace, Gideon, and Vincer. Our lawyers specialize in Azorius law and will fight to give you the justice you deserve. Call 1-800-296-7487 for a free consultation. Even if you've manned a vehicle while hydroblasting, our attorneys are on the stack 24 hours a day.
Goblin, fairy, soldier, or mirror, call Jace, Gideon, and Vincer.
Gideon and Vincer. Call today.
Probably one of my very favorite commercials we ever cut. The voice work of Little Fight there. Jace, Gideon, and Vincer. Sounds like a law firm. So we went with it. Put our stuff on the stack, etc. So this is what I was about to play while we're waiting. Branching Bolt, very underplayed card, but so is Gruul as far as format goes. This is just that same sort of a black sack mentality as far as just drawing a bunch of cards. We'll go over it in just a little bit here as we go into our last round here. Our mana is correct. We will keep. Love the paint bid. Thank you, Dank Daddy. Yeah, you know what? That one took a lot of work. Even when the sun goes by, you know, it's a white mana symbol, but it's one of those, it's really good on a big screen, but it goes by almost too fast for streaming sometimes. But thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Because there's a lot of work invested in those, I tell you. And we might as well let them wonder what we're on. We are so close to 50 custom commercials. It's pretty cool. Look at this. The problem with this matchup is we're probably going to run into Oblivion Rings, but more likely Journey to Nowheres, and we don't really have many options outside of Counterspell to deal with it. Hopefully, maybe they'll go get a red mana and they'll lean on red to close out this game. But in the meantime, we're just going to try to be the aggro here. And even when it isn't life permanent, as far as what am I mean, life permanent? Life gain doesn't matter all that much. Maybe against an Infect List, it still grants evasion, and so it's a lot of fun. Evoke critter time. Ephemerate's going to be showing up a lot here. What shall we do? Journey. Hey, at least it didn't cost us 2 cards. Cool, cool. Yeah, bring in the evoke. Oh man, that would have been a really nice sequence, wouldn't it? All right, we'll preordain. Let's see if we can find. I don't really need that. I don't think. It's nice to have counter magic, but not right now. Yeah, let me cycle this. I think I'm going to go get a plane here. We'll play the island. We'll play the Preordain. That's a lot of stuff in a turn, right? Good times. We've already got this stuff. Come on. Bottom, bottom. Man, I love Preordain. So good. Hey, there we go. Where's that Dispel? Wouldn't work against the journey anyway. The Untouchables. Bum, bum, bum. I don't think I've ever seen this artwork before. That's pretty neat. You know what's funny? It looks better from a distance. Who was that? Matisse. That was the... he was really good at that too. You get up close to a Matisse and you're like, what a bunch of junk. Looks like a Jackson Pollock. And then you back up. You're like, what a genius. Let's pretend that we're of the Counterspell Persuasion, which we are, but not right now. Thank you for that, Nim. I need all the help I can get. My caffeine's running out, and my mind's going a mile a minute. What I like to do, if you're wondering what I'm writing, I keep scores and lists and such, but I also have a spot where throughout the match I write like, hey, don't forget this, because especially when you're streaming, a lot of times you're like, what? And you're like, oh no. So as the match goes on, I appreciate that. If anybody wants to sideboard for me, you can do so. Our opponent is mana screwed. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy about that. We're going to feign that we just have it all. Check this out. We've got the counter magic right here, baby. Woo! Come on. We got a snap. Oh, that'd be the one drawback of pretending like you have counter magic, right? Maybe they're running Raise the Alarm with a Prismatic Strands engine, and they're hoping that they catch us off guard and could block. But no, says I. Screw flood. Ona's Grace. I missed that card. Nothing to miss, really. You can just choose to play it. Maybe it should be in this list. I don't know. We got an Oblivion Ring. Ooh, okay. I saw that 3 mana coming through. That'll fix his mana issues. Angelic Renewal. Yeah, that's a viable option for this list too. You know, cast down shows up, boop, boop, and play 1 for 1. Oh, Pauper plans to do a video request. Oh, that'd be steep. That would have to cost like a year's worth of points, because a lot of people don't really, I guess, I don't want to sound like a video elitist, but they don't really understand how the process works. And sometimes what sounds like a good idea is kind of impossible to do or whatnot. It's more of a serendipitous approach of like finding footage, an outside source that, god dang, enough lands, jeez, that works, and then being able to incorporate it with other video shoots I've been on or something that I have access to the footage, and I'm able to compile it all together and such. So like the Snuff Out video is a variety of 3 or 4 different termite commercials, and then adding a few different B-roll shots and things like that, and pretty good times. So against a list like this, outside of Journey to Nowhere, you know, you've got, normally you run into this scenario where the, you know, the Solar Migration can just make a bunch of tokens and they block all day, whether you have flyers or not, which is evasion. But with this list, it just can't be blocked. It's a lot of fun. I have a friend that looks exactly like this. His name's Reichardt, and he's an awesome dude. But every time I see that, I'm like, it's Rykart. More like a 15 to 30 second commercial. Yeah, there's certain ratios that can really blow people's mind. When you work in promo, a lot of times, you know, you'll get like 2 hours of footage and you turn it into 30 seconds. So the ratio is, I know I've mentioned this before, but like the Lord of the Rings film was one of the only films to do that, where they shot, usually if you hear like a 2-for-1 ratio in the film world, it means for every hour of footage you see, there were 2 hours shot. And I think most motion pictures, it's about a 4 to 5 to 1. If they're, you know, lower budget or whatnot. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, my goodness. I cut the EPK in the trailer for that. It was just, I'm going to put them on a 2-turn clock here and pretend like we've got something. We'll do this since we're just so flooded here. But yeah, it was like, do we have a shot of that, you know, from a different angle? And it's like, yeah, here's 7 hours of that angle. It's like, it just blows your mind. Play the island. We'll attack one journey and we're out of the winning business. But representing a 2-turn clock, I think, is worth it. I mean, I play one of the videos you already have made. I get to choose one of those. Oh, I see. I can't really do that the way I'm set up now. I program the whole show and get a whole setup here. I don't have my whole keyboard set for every commercial. But we could go that route where you choose. Oh God. Oh man. This is a heartbreaker. Yeah, even if I Ephemerate, which is a horrible move, you know, he just migrates and then bounces the journey and then migrates again. So I think we're going to lose here. This sucks. Yeah, he's got counter magic backup. At least it looks like he does. But it could work for, like, you know, the next week's show if you want to see. But I don't think, I don't know. Any of you have favorite propaganda commercials that you're really always jonesing to see? I mean, that's what YouTube's for. I don't mean to crap on the point, but well, let's just do this so we've got in the R. This is kind of an ineffective card here, but maybe I'll squeak out a counter. I don't know. I'm crestfallen now that I've lost a double steal. You know, if you really like this deck style, and for those of you building it and stuff, we've seen well, you know what? No, we beat Bully. That was, and it had a lot of journeys, but it really slowed us up. So maybe anti-enchantment spells, maybe negate. But, you know, our 2 spot is so filled up. I think you should really focus on 1 mana answers. Okay, well, we've got this dude here. And I mean, Ephemerate wouldn't even work there either because, you know, it blinks and then Journey still sees it. So rewinding my old point, ignore that. It was stupid. Splat. That play tells me that our opponent only has 2 journeys. I might be reaching a bit there, but I would be willing to bet that, speaking of poker days. Knowing that there's only 2 Steel of the Godheads left, if we are indeed playing 4. I've had lists where I play the Pilgrim, and, you know, I would probably play 1 Pilgrim if Journey to Nowhere was an aura, but it isn't. So the only thing you can grab is the combo, and other than a Prismatic Strands body, it's not that great. Risk mitigation. I don't know. I mean, obviously, if I had a crystal ball, I would have kept that second one back, but, you know, we had to force him to have it. It's one thing I've really learned a lot from my son. I mean, you learn it from poker, playing your outs, but thanks a lot, Counterspell. It's nice to see you. Nice to have you join us when we don't need you. My son's incredibly good at seeing those angles where it's like, you know, if I do this, then he has to have it. Otherwise, I just win. And he just wins a lot. Pilgrim, yes. And I've thought about playing Tranquil Coves. It might be correct. I've been wanting to get rid of Brainstorm in this list and favoring maybe a Ponder engine or stuff. I don't know. Maybe you could find room for Delver. You just want to stay on white creatures. So I'm rambling. What am I talking about? There we go. If we can just top deck a steel, we'll be all right. We've got the answer now, baby. Heliod's Pilgrim, that's what I mean. I'm sorry if I was confusing everyone. I like their Counterspell better, even though ours is older. Hey, get in there. Hey. Bam. Now we can strands. You know, if I played this style, I would speed it up a bit and put a anthem effect in there. There's so many. I don't think those are played enough either. What's the one that I used to play? Something light. Forget what it was. It was all creatures get +2/2 or whatever. 2 white and an instant. But again, a lot of times it's proper to play an instant at sorcery speed. Let's see if we can buy another counterspell. If not, we're going to save some damage. We're still at 22, feeling pretty good, but we're just in top deck mode here. You don't think so, Hexxen Rouge? Well, I see. There are no rules to any deck list. That's where your brain should start from. It'll often lead you in a wrong direction, but you'll come up with some very cool little weird brews and such when you go that route. Oh, come on, list. What is going on? All right. Yeah, I guess, you know, if he's got some sort of blink effect, we do too. I hate to use Ephemerate for that, but I'll get him in a 5. Or will I? Or is this a prismatic? Yeah, all right. So he gets a bunch of guys, as do I. But you've tried it. Interesting. Yeah, I respect that list. It's a really cool engine with angelic renewal and such. Here comes the soul of migration again. Again, that's really what this list across from us relies on, is that blocking. And so that Steel of the Godhead serves a lot of purpose. We'd be dead by now without all that life gain. I think we're in the mid to high 30s at our peak. And this swing would probably kill us, but we're representing prismatic strands and such, so we'll see if our opponent has any more counterspells. 2 left if they're running 4. I ran a miscalculation for a while. If you can bring that up in the chat, a lot of people don't know that card. It cycles for 2, counters a spell for 1 blue and a generic. But it cycles unless they pay 2, I think. So it's like a weak mana leak. Wow, Nim Chimpskey, you are fast, my friend. I don't think we're winning this one unless we top deck a Steel of the Godhead. Maybe Prismatic Strands could buy us some time here. We're playing very similar lists. Theirs is very susceptible to the metagame. I mean, how nasty would a Cannonade be here? Or Lightning Bolts in response, etc. Talk about a card that's underplayed. In my opinion, Seal of Fire doesn't see enough love. No. Yeah, Rune Snag's pretty badass. All right, guys, we've got about one more turn here. Our War Marco's going to mark the floor with the remains of our innards. What a comeback this is going to be. I had a typing course in high school. It's probably the best thing I did in high school, as far as like translating to real world skills. It saved me countless thousands and thousands of hours editing and all these other things. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to take a whole lot of damage here. Bam. We need too much stuff. Even a unchecked Steel of the Godhead doesn't get us out of the woods here. That's helpful. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's cast this. Look at, it's nice to be flooded when this scenario happens, right? Because we can counter and ephemerate. But we're not going to be able to do much with this hand unless we draw a prismatic here. Nope. Okay, we lose this one, guys. Boy, we had him to 4 life. That was a, you know, we're 2-2. We've beaten, like I said, we beat Bully in the black deck from Cooper the Red, but we have lost every first game. This is like a very sideboard dependent game, but we haven't seen many outside of the very first game red decks. And I mean, Hexxen Rouge, yes, but that was just kind of a strange scenario. All right, let's bring this in. We got to be careful when we're going to play Leave No Trace because we have white enchantments too, but I'm willing to risk it. I really like Prismatic in this matchup. We're going to want all of these. Thanks to Nim Chimpskey for mentioning that. So we've got that. Dispel's going to be good. Ephemerate's good. Could probably lose 2 of these dudes. I'll lose 1 of these guys. I think I might lose it. This is a late game card. Who am I kidding? And there's too much blink stuff going on for Journeys to really be that effective, so I'm going to take those out. Looking at our list now, we've got some defense, we've got some goods, we've got some counter magic, and let me check the chat. Stoic Rebuttal. Up. Yeah, no, that's... You know, the card I've been trying to make work for a while is a Silver Drake from Plane Shift. Long time ago, I had a pretty cool list with that. Long time ago, it won a tournament. A lot of people don't know that card. Yeah, let's play. Let's see if we're going to win here. Yuck! You know, this kind of hand usually is accompanied with one of our 1 mana answer. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Mulligan. Late. But our mana's right. We'll keep and we'll throw this back. Done. Everybody's like going to the bots and buying Silver Drakes now. It's a fun little deck or card to design around. Yeah, it's funny. That Stoic Rebuttal, I actually had a list I was about to share. There's also that Flash Azorius artifact dude that makes like artifact creatures indestructible. That's a badass little card in hindsight with, Prismatic Strand backup and stuff. It's pretty cool. Murphy Black, never heard from you. Thanks for joining the chat. I used Silver Drake and Asperia Commander. Very nice. It's quite forgivable when you forget some of these cards because there's so many thousands that are pretty awesome. Yeah, Griffin Rider, I've run into 1 or 2 of those lists here and there, and it's like, wow, that's really close to being like awesome. It's one of those decks, it can have those draws. I think every deck's that way where you're just like, why isn't everyone playing this? And then the rest of the day you're like, womp womp. All right, we'll drop an island. Our list is really flooding us here. How many enchantments does it take to cast Day Leave No Trace? First live show, I catch all your YouTubes. Well, thank you for that, Murphy Black. I appreciate it greatly. It's so nice when we get some new blood in the chat. I love all the regulars, but it's always nice to see a new moniker show up. Man, oh man, we're at 2.5 hours. What am I doing playing all these mid-range lists all the time, right? Against a counter list, and I don't want to wait 2 turns to pull this off. He might have counter magic by then. I'd rather just see if we can. There's no combo potential here. I just want to draw cards. We've got late game. Now we got even more. Whew. All right. Well, feel like a fool. If I would have waited 1 more turn, I could have ephemerated, but he's got Counterspell online now, so let's see what we're going to do. Yeah, changelings are pretty cool with all the tribal mechanics. And what's that one that counts your party? I forget what that keyword ability is. That tribal vampire list that I really liked the last night. It's fantastic potential. So we're going to have a lot of fun in January. We're going to play Hexxen Ruge's list if he is cool with that. And a vampire tribal list. It's kind of Rakdos base. Is it just party, Murphy Black? I can't quite remember. My brain's doing circles. Whoosh. We'll do this. See if we can get a creature while we've got mana back up. All right, there's part of our combo. We do not want any more mana. Bottom, we'll say top. Draw that. Sit back on counter magic. And I believe we'll just try to... I'm not quite sure what we're going to try to counter. That's the one. Blood Priest comes into play. Yeah. What is that one? Your party. Yeah, you're right. That's the one, my friend. Indeed. Gonna miss you guys next week, but it is Christmas time, so. And plus, like I said, starting a new job on Monday. Already nervous. I know I'm gonna wake up at like 3 a.m. and just not be able to go back to sleep. It's probably going to be a pretty boring day. I've already been warned. And it's the whole first week's just like set up, make sure everything works, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just so type A personality with a lot of that stuff. I'm just like, go, 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 go. Let's do 10 weeks of work in 1 hour. Hexxen Rouge, cool. And also, Hexxen, if you can, email me if you get around to it, just your findings, like, so I can kind of like do a quick download of, you know, what I don't want to run into. Good, bad matchups. You would think this is a bad matchup, but you got me 2-0, so that was pretty sweet. Just, you know, I'm thinking of trying this, but this is why I don't try it. You know, just quick little blip sentences like that really help a first timer play a deck like it's the 10th time. And who am I kidding? It's tough to play on these streams sometimes. So, boy, we are hitting a next level of our deck not liking us. I'm just gonna discard the strands. That's, I usually don't do it this way, but it's the Azorius matchup of the Millennium, folks. A Mulldrifter would have been nice. Thanks for the info, Hexxen Rouge, but if we don't draw a creature, I don't know if we're going to be able to do much with that. See, you know, we're just looking at a counterspell here, damn it. I can't do anything about it. What's the chat say? Do I just throw the Guardian into the wind? I'd love to have a Dispel back up here. I gotta wait on this. We have no mana, I mean, no creatures, but, you know, what do we discard? Probably the Ephemerate. At this point. Counter, counter, counter. Ugh. How do I get rid of Leave No Trace? Pitch the Fae. Well, I might as well get something out of it instead of just pitching it. Let's get rid of two things. Not like they're going to be able to use them. Boop, 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 boop. This one and that one. Hello, this one and this one. Let's go. Whoosh. Make them think we got extra. I wish there were more effects like that that just couldn't be countered. It's like, no. Come on, just any land, even an Ash Barrens is fine. I can bring out the Guardian with a little bit of backup. Guardian's actually kind of an MVP in this matchup, given the current state of 150, meaning the 75 versus 75. All right, we have something to do with our mana. We will counter this with backup. And now if we don't draw, we've got access to plans, I tell ya. If he's got another Dispel, he's got us. Boink. Okay. Now, do we risk that? Nope. We do not. We'll just play this. This is one of those lists. It's getting solidified, but I'm not quite sure if I've seen one with Mnemonic Wall other than when it first came out. But I think it would be more of an Archaeomancer style. We'll soon find out, won't we? Here comes a whole lot of cards. I still got a Dispel, so that feels pretty good. Still, the Godhead might keep us in it. Ooh, yeah, a lot of these shows have been running a little bit longer than usual by about, it's amazing, just that extra little 40 minutes to an hour chunk. Boy, it makes it go from being uploaded 3 or 4 hours later to 5 or 6 hours later. Again, I could have it up in like 90 minutes and it would look grainy for like the first 7 hours. So I choose to just, you know, give you all what you want, hopefully, which is high quality. Makes my day when somebody says, you know, they watch it on a big screen TV and bust out the popcorn and all that stuff. Because that's kind of what I, especially with the commercials and stuff, I try to make it more of a show than a lot of other things out there. Well, 1, 2, 3. I can still preordain and have Dispel backup. Let's see what we can do. We like that, but we've seen Journeys, so actually I think I'm going to throw these both back. I think I'm just going to lean on the Guardian. Yeah. We'll do this on this. Start gaining some life. Of course, our Leave No Trace is completely dead now, unless we want to sacrifice it ourselves. Yeah, probably going to lose to the time. You're right, Murphy Black. It's nothing new, though. Well, are you going to counter it or not? What's going on here? Lose focus. Ooh! I can't do much about that, can I? Beautiful little card. Thought about running that in this, but I think I would probably favor Miscalculation just for the impatience that I like to play with. Nope. 2 counterspells showing up. Okay. Well, we shall attack. Crunch. Good grief, I think I hit my coffee quota for the week today. Here, let's stop these shenanigans from happening. Yeah, I don't want you to draw 3 cards this turn. How about just 1? We're down 4 minutes. We're down a game. We do have access. Hey, our Leave No Trace. Let's look at the bright side. It's online now, right? Hoo-ah. Thank you, Nim Chimpskey and Hexxen Rouge. You guys, that kind of stuff's the lifeblood of the show, so yeah. Where is our Mulldrifter super draw effect? Huh? Where is it, I tell you? Let's find a counterspell. If we can. Yuck. Hey, that's pretty cool, though. We'll go like this. What's more likely here? I'm more happy with that being countered. Oh, okay, cool. We can at least... Yeah, we're out of... not that I think they would play something like... Well, you never know. Curfew might be a pretty good inclusion for a list like this. Or theirs. But more like theirs. Gotta have feet, feet, feet. Don't tempt me to do another song. The Oompa Loompa is about as far as I can go. Yuck. Let's use it while we can. Boink. Let's say bloop. Ooh, man, it's wicked looking. Apologies, this is kind of a grind to a halt matchup here. Who can draw more cards, and it's not being us. Oh, it's still effective. It still goes there. Speaking of the devil. Well, by now, we've seen a Counterspell and lose focus, so the likelihood of us getting this Mulldrifter off is probably pretty weak. Hey, look at that. That's pretty cool. I think I'm just going to wait on that. Our Leave No Trace will probably get countered, but I want it to be on their turn, so that kind of sticks us with just doing nothing. Or do you vote that we Mulldrift here? I'm going to lose on time. I can't win twice here. Alrighty. Nine cards. We're about to see some shenanigans go down. Just that migration showing up. Migration station. Good as time as ever. Shenanigans are indeed red. I really expected a counterspell there. They probably just have Ephemerate, number 9 and 10 in their hand, right? Blue-white mirrors feels like a chess match. Yeah, when you're streaming, it's not fun to play chess, that's for sure. Wow, all those cards, and they didn't... What's he grabbing? Leave No Trace, probably? I don't think the life gains are irrelevant. Dawnbringer Cleric. That's something I've learned in the last few days. Or last few months, I should say. I really like that card. I'm not even paying attention when I did because I know I'm going to lose on time. We're going to end the season with a loss. But we'll go down fighting. Maybe we can pull even and then lose to the clock and my ridiculous vocal over vocalization. A little redundant there, sorry. Bonk. Alright. Let's do this to this to this. Let's pretend that we just drew it so he thinks we're a luck sack. Ah! Here comes the counterspell. Vocal overextension? Yeah. Well, I haven't gotten any complaints on that. I mean, it's a lot better than me going like, right, trying to be entertaining, I tell you. Alrighty, let's attack. We'll attack like Bane. Dude, that's one cool thing about landing such a cool job is I can just, there's so many websites I just deleted that led to nothing over the years of just trying to find a gig, as you guys all saw me suffering and a couple freelance things here and there, but my goodness, it's been quite the dry spell. It'll be very cool for this to be kind of the last stop, I would hope. Ooh, late to dinner showing up. Very flexible, fun list. It's very, what's the word? Ominous. You will lose if you give it too much time. There's too many answers. A lot of decks are that way, though. If we just had a 4/4 unblockable, we'd be fine. Come on now. Top deck it. Nope. Well, we've got the other option, and it works out well because we don't have access to the other thing. So, oh boy, note to self. We really need another plane. We're pulling like this. We've got access to a double prismatic with counterspell backup. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Unless you play Black Sack, Hexxen Rouge. I run into that every once in a while. That's probably my favorite deck of the year. It's such a slow build off of Black Rovers, and then it morphed, and then it morphed, and then it morphed, and then it just... that windfall of card selection that you got is just insane. 2, 4, 6. It's better to call white here. I'll try to do this. Keep the race up. White it is. I think gain 3 life. Man, we are up against it here, folks. Thank you for that, Murphy Black. Yeah, white infects. It's one of the older ones. It's always evolving like any deck list is. So I don't tend to think of it as something new. People new to the channel, though, they're kind of like, what? White Infect's one of those lists, boy, it dominates a lot of the metagame. Like Affinity, and there's some really good decks out there, and it's just like squish. It's very good at that. And it's probably a waste of a counterspell here. Way cool, we got that. Pull this out, gain some life. In case they've got Echoing Truth, I'll play the Galina's Knight instead of the Outlander. Even though I love the Outlander's artwork so much more. And we will attack. Bluffing. I'll just see this to its conclusion as we run up on 3 hours of a stream, but that's what will happen when Azorius squares off. My favorite thing about Black Sack is I'll be at like, I know I've said this before, but I'll be at like, I don't know, 30 cards left in my list, and I'm playing against a deck like across from us right now, and they're at like 42 or something, and it's like, yes, and mono black list that's drawing all these cards, and when it draws, there's so many effects that kill stuff and do things, and very, very fun list. But again, another example, just like Hexxen Rouge showed us with red or Boros. You don't have to play Boros Bull. You don't have to play Boros Monarch. You can play a Boros deck that has none of those cards, except for maybe Strands and who's the bald guy? Seeker of the Way. All right, we've got to do something about this. They both hit for 4. Let's cast this and just because. Let's call white. Why not? Bloop. I thought you were the bald guy. It's getting pretty long. I got to cut my hair. This is my hippie stage right now. You probably can't tell. Wowza. Boy, did we draw lucky. It's not going to really help us, but it'll make for an end of show that's funner, right? We pretend that we've got Prismatic or counterspells, but at this stage, he's got to have a counterspell here. Almost a certainty. What? All right. Yeah. Prismatic. Oh, beautiful move. Yep, we lose. Great games. That was a lot of fun. I think Hexxen Rouge deserves a little golfer's clap from everybody for such a cool little brew that really kind of did a switcheroo on us, right? We go over the deck list here before we call it quits for the year. We'll be back in January. I think on New Year's Day, we'll be back here. So this is my list, the Untouchables. We do have access to 4 planes. Sometimes You definitely want 2 of them at some points, like that last game, but against counter-heavy matchups, that's why we have 3 Dispel, but it wasn't enough in that matchup. This is time for that certain part of the day where we ask, what did we learn? Well, what I learned is Hexxen Ruge's deck is pretty awesome, and I want to play it ASAP, so we'll probably be back to do that, but that's nothing really learned. It's just kind of observed. Well, I guess I'm just foaming at the mouth here. There's not much as far as what did I learn that I would want to change in this list. We, like I said, I focused on decks like Bully, and we did beat it. And then, you know, who sees Turbo Fog, right? If you're of that prodding persuasion as far as, you know, the inevitability is what I meant to say a couple of minutes ago regarding that last Azorius list, it's probably the way to go. However, you can really steal a lot of wins on turn 3 with this list, especially with Counterspell backup, and most removals Dispel that isn't red-based, and if it's red-based, our opponent's just out of luck because we're untouchable. And the things that can be touched, we don't mind seeing go bye-bye because we can usually blink them in response and such like that. So that's this list. Now, I said I was going to go back to this Naya Bolt list. This is the thing I've been tweaking for a long time, and I have days where, like any list, you know, you just go, this is going to blow your mind. Or you're going to think I'm just completely mentally defective. Check this out. Our sideboard. So when I was playing this list a couple months, maybe a month ago, I asked everybody, hey, how does red-green answer affinity or, you know, the fling combo? You can't. Been over it, had the whole community go for it. I kind of knew the answer before I asked it, but I was hoping somebody would give me a nugget of knowledge. They did not. So affinity is a big problem with this list. So I ended up, we have so much splashability here that I ended up, and we're only playing the snow for the Skred combo here, and 1 plane here, but I went with 3 Circle of Protection. Another thing that this list is bad at is hexproof. And so I went with 3 COP greens. I just have to find them. Why am I running redundant copies? Well, we have Thrill the Possibility, Reckless Impulse, and Faithless Looting. When we throw things out, this is a card I don't think is being played enough. People just have tunnel vision with that Golgari Brown Scale, and it has to be Tortured Existence, has to be Tortured. It does not. This is a big body. There's a lot of 2/2s in the format. It keeps coming back, and when you build around it, it's a really beautiful card. This list is pretty close. These Ardent Elementalists are so cool because if you look closely the way I think, they're almost unblockable in this list. But it always takes a painful lesson in 6 life of Marasa to prove the point. What do I mean? Well, you play the Ardent Elementalist targeting Pulse of Marasa. The person bolts it. You Pulse of Marasa it again, targeting Pulse of Marasa. And so once they see that, dang it, this guy's just not going away, this guy acts like another Guardian because nobody wants to block it. And it plays a lot of neat little mind games. Now, because I run 3 Cannonades, this thing's, you know, that's another thing. Brown Scale gets around that, right? The Impulse Engine, I've actually thought of removing 2 of these and bringing in 2 more Thrill the Possibilities. It's that kind of deck. You really want to mill through stuff. And because we're doing that, I run 1 copy of Battlefield Scrounger, which we wish we had against our 3rd round opponent in our Turbo Fog list, right? But this lets you put 3 usually Lightning Bolts or Pulse of Marasa or whatever good stuff you want to do back, and you just keep drawing it. And, oh yeah, it becomes a 6/6, and you can do that on your turn, on your opponent's turn, in response, all these cool little things. So that's kind of the design angle I was going for, and you'll probably see me playing this over the next few weeks if you bump into me in the chat and stuff like that. Sorry, I've been ignoring the chat. Haven't seen that Centaur on the draft table since early 2000. Looks cool. Yeah, it's a fun little deck, but this is this might be cutesy, but boy, it's a lot of card because of the B word, both. And against Delver, end of turn, it's so mean. You take out an Augur of Bolas or a Ninja, and then you take out a Fairy or, you know, a Flip Delver, whatever. So anyway, guys, here's to, what is it going to be, 2022? I'll see you in a whole year. Wink, wink. I know it's probably the most overused dad joke. Here's looking at you, Pauper Tim. All right, guys, I am going to roll to our little tease here of the Winter Persuasion, and we'll see you on the first of the year with a new deck. And thanks for joining me, everybody, and sticking around. And here's to another year. And yeah, adios, everybody.